Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Geaux Stros. And let's see here. I can pause the music now. And let's remove my funny picture of Altuve. Oh, didn't mean to do that. There we go. That's right. I turned the wrong thing off. I actually turned the chat off for some strange reason. I hope you guys are doing all right, guys and gals. Today, Astros are back at Great American Ballpark to face the Reds. According to what I was told earlier while I was listening to the pregame, the Astros haven't played there in several years. I think 2019 was the last time. That's pretty interesting. Looking forward to seeing a game in this ballpark. Justin Verlander is on the mound again today for the Astros. I believe this is his third game back. His first outing was okay. His second outing, less than desirable. And hoping for a better outcome today. If Justin Verlander can go 6 innings without giving up more than 2 runs, then I'll be happy. But I'm not quite sure yet if that's going to happen. I was watching a commentator the other day after the last game, the last Royals game, and some people were talking in the live chat about the main topic at that time, which was which pitchers, rather, would you like to see as the starting lineup if the Astros got into the World Series? And one guy in the chat said, give me JV any day over Yusei Kikuchi. and my thought is, at this time where we are right now, it doesn't make any sense at all why you would choose Justin Verlander over Yusei Kikuchi. Kikuchi is on fire. And Justin Verlander has only been back for a couple of starts after being injured. He hasn't shown me anything. He hasn't shown any of us anything yet worthy of being placed in the lineup before Yusei Kikuchi. That would be not only a disservice to Kikuchi, but it would be a potential disaster for the Astros at this point right now. Julian, I almost said Justin. Julian Aguiar is on the mound for the Reds today. The Reds, his ERA is 6.43. He somehow has a 1-0 record. That's crazy. He's 23 years old. He's a young guy. 1-0 record with a 6.43 ERA. Good opportunity for the Astros to be hitting the ball today. Jose Altuve is in the game today at second base. He's going to be leading the hitting off for the Astros. Yordan Alvarez is the DH today, batting second. Yainer Diaz at third. I'm sorry, Yainer Diaz at catcher. They've got some kind of issue with the first base right now. They're taking a look at it. They're saying there's some kind of issue. Not quite sure what it is, but they're going to replace it. Okay, that's my preview screen. I'm getting that set up a few seconds behind the live screen. Pena, Singleton, and Gamble make up 4, 5, and 6. Dubon, Hayward, and McCormick make up 7, 8, 9. I'm disappointed to see that McCormick is back. I thought they had sent him down to AAA, where he belongs. Altuve's back in the box, guys. It's a beautiful day out in the park. First pitch is a little low for ball one. Right on the bottom part of the zone. 1-0 against Altuve. Here comes the next pitch. Aguilar's pitch is outside and low for ball two. 95 miles an hour, so he can throw a little bit of heat. Here comes the 2-0 pitch to Altuve. That one's in there for strike one. 95 miles an hour, kind of up close to the chest area of the zone. 2-1 pitch. Altuve tries to bunt, but that fouls it off. That was a ridiculous attempt on a terrible pitch. It could have been ball three. I need to stir my coffee. 2-2 is the count. This one's hit high and out of play. Count remains 2-2. Man, this cup is full. Good old number 27. I've got a little update for you guys later. A little bit of good news on my doctor visit yesterday. Here comes the next pitch to Altuve. Fouled away to the right side. The count remains 2-2. Altuve fouling everything off. Bunts and swings. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Altuve taps it again into the air, but this one is fair, and that will be an easy fly out to the second baseman. He just tapped it, and that was couldn't have been a softer, smaller fly out. Yordan Alvarez at the plate. Takes a swing at the first pitch, and he pops it up to the infield, too. Oh my gosh. He dropped it. How do you like that? Yordan skies it up on the very first pitch, and the second baseman and shortstop can't decide who wants it. Yordan gets on first base on an error. Wow. You don't get to see those very often. You don't get to see those very often, do you? The shortstop came way over, and the second baseman thought that he was going to go for it, but he didn't. He just let it go, and then at the last moment, De La Cruz missed it. Hilarious. Yordan on first with one out. First pitch to Diaz is a ball. 1-0. Here comes the second pitch from Aguilar. Little outside, 95 miles an hour. Ball two. I apologize for the sipping sounds. My coffee was odor-filled. The 2-0 pitch is coming in there. It's bounced down the third baseline. It's going to be played at second. They get Yordan easily. But Diaz is safe at first, so the Astros move Yiner into the place of Yordan at first. 2 outs. Jeremy Pena comes up to bat. 65 RBIs. Jeremy Pena is batting .272 for the season, which is respectable. But this is a career high for his RBIs in a season. How do you like that? First pitch is in there for strike one, 93 miles an hour. I'll check out the chat to see if we got some chat messages. I'll be with you in just a second. 81 miles an hour, bottom part of the zone, swing and miss, strike two. 0-2 against Jeremy Pena. 2 outs, 2 strikes. Diaz on first. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss, high fastball. Not much of a fastball, just 94 miles an hour. Strikeout. So that'll be it. Astros stranded one runner on base. And that'll do for the top of the first. Julian Aguiar has a not so bad first inning. Coming up for the Reds, Jonathan India, Ellie De La Cruz, and Tyler Stevenson. Justin Verlander, of course, on the mound for the Astros today. No hits so far, but there is one error. I wonder who they gave it to. If it goes to De La Cruz, it's going to be unfortunate for him. He's the one who tried to make the catch, but he wasn't the one pursuing the ball. That was pretty ridiculous. Take a look at the live chat here right quick. Richard says, "Sweet Richard. It's uncanny that the Astros were 10 games out of June, or 10 games out June 18, but now are 6 ahead. Perhaps the biggest comeback in the modern era." Yeah, I believe it is. I believe that you're absolutely right. Delian says, "Hello, welcome back. Thank you for being here. Did you hear about Tucker potentially fracturing his shin?" No, I didn't hear that. I would be disappointed, but I wouldn't be surprised at the same time. The way that the Astros keep things under wraps, you never know. Happy Labor Day, Excalibur Force. De La Cruz is a little goofy in the field, but I like that guy. He seems to make things happen behind the plate, but on the field, I'm not so sure. But then again, the shortstop, can't remember his name, but the shortstop is the one who really botched that. Isn't that the shortstop? No, De La Cruz is the shortstop, so he's the one who botched it. That's right. It is funny. Second baseman is India. Jonathan India. He's got the long flowing hair. He's got the long flowing man locks. Here comes the first pitch from Verlander. That one's just outside, but it calls it a strike. So he's generous to Verlander on the first pitch of the inning. So strike one against India. Here's the next pitch. Curveball on the outside. That'll be ball one. 1-1. I know that we've got some more comments. Let's take a look. Philip Castillo, welcome back, man. It's good to see you. Happy Labor Day, brother. Hope all is well. Yes, bro, I am okay. I've got a little good news from my doctor visit yesterday. I'll share that in just a little bit. Second pitch is a ball. 2-1 is the count to Jonathan India. Verlander looking for his call. He's got it. Here comes the pitch. This one's skied up and out of play. Strike two. The count is even. Pena's done well. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I mean, if he could keep his average over 275, or at least in that area, and keep going like he's going, I'd be happy with that this year. Heck, if all of the bottom of the batting order could be at 275, I'd be very happy. Here's 2-2 pitch. Ooh, just inside, called ball three. That one was close. Could have been a strike three. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. This one's fouled back. That was a curveball low in the zone. Just kind of threw the bat out there to get a hold of it and foul it off. Here's the seventh pitch from Verlander against Jonathan India. 93 miles an hour just outside. That's going to be ball four. So the Reds get a base runner with that pitch. How do you guys feel? I actually might put that in the chat as a poll. There we go. A little simple poll for you guys. That's a strike. That's 1-1. So I'm setting up the poll. I missed the first pitch. Next pitch is a ball. 2-1 against De La Cruz. Runner on first. One ball. I'm sorry, two balls, one strike. Here comes a pitch from Verlander. A little outside, 82 miles an hour. 3 balls and one strike. Verlander attempting to walk another batter. I bet that De La Cruz won't swing here. He'll just let it go. Let's see. Oh, he does swing. And he swings at what could have been ball 4. So I misjudged him. That ball was a little outside, but he swung at it. Now it's a full count. Excuse me. But that one's a ball 4. He doesn't swing at that one. He lets that one go. Verlander now has the 2 leadoff runners on base with no outs. I'm just not sold on Verlander right now. He's going to have to show me something strong and impressive. And I haven't seen anything strong or impressive. I think they were talking to Espada about Verlander earlier, if I'm not mistaken, while I was having a little bit of cereal. Said something about him having 85% of his speed. Just 85%. First pitch to Tyler Stevenson is a curveball outside for ball 1. Another ball. Verlander about to hit 15 pitches already with no outs. That one's in the dirt. Another ball. 2 balls and no strikes to Tyler Stevenson. Verlander just tossing balls like crazy. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. That one's in there, 93 miles an hour, fouled away. I have nothing but respect for Verlander and what he's done in his career and for the Astros. But he's going to have to prove to me that he's back, you know. That's outside, 94 miles an hour, way outside the zone. Ball 3, 3-1. Verlander on the verge of walking his third batter. And that's outside, ball 4. He just walked him. So Verlander has loaded the bases with 3 straight walks. How do you like that? Yainer Diaz will go out to the mound and have a little discussion with Verlander. But we have bases loaded, guys, in the very first inning. Verlander, on 18 pitches, has walked 3 batters. That brings to the plate TJ Friedel. 78 miles an hour, right in there for strike 1. Oh, and 1 is the count to Friedel. That's a weird name, Friedel. Here comes the next pitch. Too far inside, 79 miles an hour, ball 1, 1-1. Let's see what we got going in the chat right quick. National Central. Apparently, Dana said there was potentially a fracture somewhere. His original injury is pretty much healed now, I guess. Ground ball, foul down the first baseline. That's strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. All right, 1 ball, 2 strikes. This is a big pitch coming. How about a triple play? I don't think I've ever seen a triple play live. Just highlights, replays. This one's hit hard to right field. Line drive. Jason Hayward makes a sliding, diving catch. Great catch out in right field to save that ball from getting down. But there's a tag and a run scores. So the Reds are going to be on the board first. That'll be Verlander's first earned run of the game. 1-0 Reds. Runners on first and second with 1 out. Spencer Steer. He pops it up on the very first at bat. Altuve and Singleton is over, but Altuve takes it. That's going to be out number 2. Now 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Stadium is pretty empty today. 92 miles an hour inside to Ty France. I didn't realize that Ty France was playing for the Reds. Here comes the next pitch. That was in the dirt. Ball 2. If Verlander gets out of the first inning, giving up just 1 run, he's going to be so lucky. I'd like to try to show you that catch by Hayward. Next pitch is bounced down the third baseline, foul. That'll be strike 1, 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, 2 runners on. That one's hit up the middle, and that's going to be another base hit. Probably going to score another run. No, he doesn't make it. No, he does. He does make it. Okay. 2-0. Reds shot right up the middle. De La Cruz is able to score. I thought he would be able to, but for some reason when they showed the video clip there, it looked like he was coming into third base. I was wondering why did he not score? But now I realize he did score. Reds still have runners on first and second. The only difference is that they are now leading 2-0. Jake Fraley comes to the plate. First pitch to him is a ball. Go figure. 29th pitch of the game coming for Verlander. That one's in the dirt. Ball 2. Man, how many balls is Verlander going to throw? Here's the 30th pitch, guys. The 30th pitch for Verlander of the first inning. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. That's outside. Ball 3. Are you kidding me? He's threatening to walk another batter. Strike 1 right in there in the middle part of the zone. They say that as an Astro, he's never walked 4 batters in an inning before. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. That one's hit hard, but Hayward moves over to get it. Puts it away, thank God, for out number 3, but the Astros give up 2 thanks to Verlander's terrible pitching. Damage could have been a lot worse than that. Very, very lucky it wasn't. Goodness gracious, guys, what a start. There's a reason why I just don't feel, right now, I don't feel confident in Verlander at all. I just don't, not at all. He's at 85% according to 85% speed according to Joe Espada. Is that okay for him to be pitching in the MLB at a high level at his age if he's just at 85%? I don't think his stuff is that good to be pitching at 85% speed. Verlander's speed is already down anyway over the past few years. He's not pitching as fast as he used to. And if that speed is down to, just 85%, that's no good. I will check in on the information about Tucker, the Lion, but yeah, I'm interested in hearing about that. Don't you love how the Astros are charting into the number one seed? That's hilarious. I find it really funny, especially considering if you look at where the Dodgers were early on when they were just tearing it up, and now the Astros are right there with them. Sweet Richard yanked that dog. I'm already with you, man. I hate to say it, but if Verlander has another inning like this, he's gone. I wouldn't even let it happen. If he walks another batter, I would just go ahead and pull him out. I'd be like, something's off. You don't need to be walking so many batters. He's already walked four. If he walks a fifth, that should be it. 4 in 1 inning, unacceptable. Delight says, I think having both Myers and Chaz in the lineup is what hurt us so much with our low batting average of 18 this season. Yeah, I absolutely agree. I mean, Myers is a great outfielder, but overall, he just really sucks at the plate. And Chaz is the worst. He's literally the worst on the team. And he doesn't make up for it in the outfield. He doesn't have a really strong arm. He's not super fast. John Singleton is at the plate, guys. Aguiar's first pitch to him is way inside for ball one. I don't like it. Is Verlander like Ryan? Goes into the Hall of Fame as an Astro like Ryan went as a Ranger? Could be. Could be. That's a funny question. I hadn't thought about that. That next pitch is also out of the zone for ball two. Here comes the third pitch to Singleton. That one's in there, 94 miles an hour for strike one. Roldo, what's up? Not much, man. What's going on with you? That one's fouled way up high and out of play for strike two. The count is even on John Singleton. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. This one's fouled down the first baseline. The count remains 2-2. Singleton calls for timeout, steps out of the box for a moment. Hall of Fame works in conjunction with the inductee to determine which team the player made the biggest impact with. Ah, okay, yeah. Man. Wow, that was a clear ball thrown on the inside. Umpire calls it strike three. Take a look at this. Strike three, guys. Not in the zone. Singleton goes down, one away, no runners on. That brings up Ben Gamel. Here comes the first pitch to Gamel. It's just a little outside, just slightly outside the zone. Ball one. Are you sure that's not a strike, ump? I mean, it was a little outside. Let's go Astros, absolutely. Verlander needs to be traded. I'm sorry, traded. I mean, if we can get something out of it, then, there's still an opportunity for him to get better. Ball two to Ben Gamel. Here comes the next pitch. 95, low and inside on the inside corner. That will be strike one, 2-1. I really don't think that this pitcher, Julian Aguiar, is throwing anything that's particularly difficult to hit. That one's outside, 84 miles an hour for ball three, 3-1. Ben Gamel batting .288 right now. One out. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. Gamble swings at that one, hits it pretty hard to center field. Is it going to drop? No, it's not. Center fielder's able to get over and get it. Out number 2. Nice drive by Gamble, just in the wrong spot. Out number 2. That brings up Mauricio Dubon. Dubon bunts That was weird. Dubon bunts. He thought it wasn't fair. Now they're arguing about it because he didn't run. He thought it was not fair. And Espada and the others are out there arguing about it with the umpire, but they're going to break, so I guess that's going to stand. So with 2 outs, Dubon tries a surprise bunt. It doesn't work. Out number 3. I'm not surprised. I mean, why not? Why not end the inning like that? The umpire calls a strike 3 on a ball. Gamble flies out, and then Dubon bunts with 2 outs and gets called out. Man, the Astros are going to have to wake up on the bats. I have a feeling that Verlander is going to give up some more runs. Philip says the Astros are like Caitlin Clark. Everybody loves to hate greatness. Caitlin Clark? Caitlin Clark. That's funny. I understand the reference, and Caitlin Clark is amazing, but the problem is that Caitlin Clark and the Astros are very, very different in one key area, and that is 2017, my friend. People are like sheep. Even though they don't know any of the details about 2017, even though it was 7 years ago, they don't care. They will keep hating and hating and hating forever. As long as the Astros keep doing well and stay in the mix, then they will keep being hated everywhere they go. And every time Altuve comes to the plate, they will boo. Every time Bregman comes up, they will boo. First pitch from Verlander to Santiago Espinal is a ball. Another ball from Verlander. Here comes the next pitch. That one's hit hard out to left field, all the way out near the warning track. Man, Ben Gamble floats all the way around and finally finds it. Out number 1. Look how Gamble floats around on this ball. He went all the way back to the warning track and then came in to get it. Dangerous. Out number 1. But you know, if you look at what happened, Altuve never cheated. Bregman cheated. But still, that's in the past. First pitch is a strike in the top of the zone to Ahmed Rosario. Next pitch is outside for a ball. Ball 1. Count is even, 1-1. But the thing that bothers me is that sometimes the opposing stadiums are actually encouraging the fans to boo whenever Altuve and Bregman come to the plate. Next pitch is a ball. And that's the part that annoys me the most. They're actively reminding the fans to boo Altuve and Alex Bregman. That's BS. That should be banned by MLB. Rosario lines to center field. McCormick puts it away for out number 2. couple of fly balls. So Verlander cruising luckily through an easy inning so far. 2 outs. He's got the top of the lineup coming up, looks like. Jonathan India, his second at bat this game. First pitch is on the way. Little outside, ball 1. Verlander might be able to come back if he can find his control. Here comes the second pitch. Swing and a miss on a curveball. Strike 2. I'm sorry, strike 1. 1-1 is the count. Do you think he'd ever shift to a closer reliever position? I don't know if we'd ever see 7 innings of lights out of Verlander again. Yeah, I agree. I'm not sure he's got the energy to do that, especially right now. He definitely doesn't have it right now. Outside, ball 2, 2-1. Here comes the next pitch from Verlander. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. That was a foul tip. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the 2-2 pitch with 2 outs. This one's hit to the hole. That's going to be another base hit. Jeremy Payne had tried to go over there and pick it up, but he probably wouldn't have had a play. It was all the way over to his left. Barely got through. So India is on first base with 2 outs. So no 3 up and 3 down inning for Verlander. Pitching continues. How many pitches does Verlander have now? Well, coming up right now to Ellie De La Cruz, 44. That ball is down for ball 1. This is going to be the 45th pitch of the game here in the second inning for Verlander. Curveball in there for a strike, 77 miles an hour. Right in the low part of the zone. 1-1 is the count. Verlander fires over to first base. Little pickoff move, but India is back, no problem. I didn't actually hear the crowd boo there. Good job, Cincinnati. I'm proud of you. 1-1 is the count, and here's the pitch. Curveball in there for strike 2. Verlander should just keep throwing the curveball because that seems to be the only thing that he's able to get in there for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch from Verlander. Swing, and that ball is popped up into left field. Gamble comes in, and he's got it. There's a lot of sun in Gamble's face out there. I can tell by the way he plays the ball, but he puts it away for out number 3. Verlander gets out of the inning with just 1 base hit. Lucky McDucky. Or should I say Lucky is he Verlucky? He is just Verlucky. Let's take a look at the chat here. You guys have got an interesting chat going on. Let's see what you're saying. The world is foo up. Live life to the fullest. Sports was good before too. Take him out. Well, he managed to get through that inning, so good for him. But Philip, I'm like, I've got a hair trigger. If I'm the coach, I've got a hair trigger. As soon as I see him start to struggle, I pull him out. Maybe he would lose face, but I don't care. I want to win a game. Yeah, and Philip, you're right. The world is, in too many ways, messed up. And it's unfortunate. But you know, I heard something yesterday. I was on my way back from the hospital on this very long bus ride. There was a ton of traffic. It took basically 2 hours to get home. During that time, I was listening to some awesome podcasts. In one of the podcasts, the lady was talking about the outside world and the inside world. And she said, the outer world should not and cannot determine your inner peace, your inner balance. your inner stability. And she actually said something that I think that I'm really guilty of, is that you don't need to change or feel responsible for changing the outside world, just what's inside. So basically, don't worry about it. Jason Hayward is at the plate, guys. Takes the first pitch for strike one, 93 miles an hour. 93 miles an hour. Strike one. Here comes the next pitch. That one's in the dirt, low and inside. That'll be ball one. 1-1's the count. Hayward's got some pretty cool glasses. Fouls that one off on the right side. Ripped it pretty hard. That would be strike two. I want to get this feed a little closer to the live feed. And that pitch is ball two. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. This one's hit foul. Fouled away, ball two. What are we looking at here? Oh, I don't have my glasses on, guys. I hate wearing my glasses unless I just absolutely have to. The count is 3-2. That was a ball. I was right. It was a ball. I second guessed myself, but I was right. Fouled away. Count remains 3-2. 33 pitches now for Julian Aguiar. Here comes the next pitch. That one's fouled away again. I need this to be just a little more behind. My preview screen cannot be the same as my live screen. I need to be able to show you guys previews or highlights. 3 balls, 2 strikes. This is the 35th pitch of the game for Aguiar. That one's inside for ball 4. Awesome. Great at bat for Jason Hayward. Fouls off some pitches. Gets a walk. Lead-off runner for the Astros. A little something happening. Chas McCormick is at the plate. Very first pitch, he hits it really hard to left field. Is it going to be playable? No, it bounces into the stadium, guys. That's going to be a ground rule double for Chas McCormick. How do you like that? Chas must have heard me talking about him and wanted to do something about it. So he bounces one over the left field fence. Runners on second and third with no outs. Well done, Chas. I thought the Chasmanian Devil was long gone. Fled back to Chasmania. But apparently there's still a little bit of the old Chasmanian Devil in there. Almost a homer. Good for you, man. Good for you. My personal hero's at the plate now. Jose Altuve. First pitch is low and outside. Ball 1. Jose Altuve. Batting .340 this year with runners in scoring position. That's great. Here comes the next pitch. This one's fouled away to the right side. That'll be an even count. 1-1. Big opportunity for the Astros to tie this game up. Get those runs back. Here comes the 1-1 pitch to Altuve. Man, why did you take that one, Altuve? Curveball right in the zone. 80 miles an hour. That one was a good one to be launching. Strike 2. Man, the crowd is so empty. Look how empty the crowd is. Look at that. Amazing. On a holiday. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. This one's grounded to the shortstop. The runners do not go. Altuve is thrown out at first. Unfortunately, the first out of the inning. Runners do not advance. Hayward must stay on third. I think, was there no way for Hayward to try to draw that throw? Yordan Alvarez comes to the plate, guys. They're not going to put him on base. They're going to let him hit. He steps into the box. Here comes the first pitch from Aguiar. Yordan takes that one just inside for ball one. 1 out. Runners on second and third. Wow, the stands are so empty. Look out there, even out here. Wow. That next pitch to Yordan is in the dirt inside, ball two. Looks like Aguiar's a little afraid of Yordan. He doesn't want to give him something he can crush. On the road slugging percentage by Yordan this year, he is second. Another one low and inside. Yeah. Yep. They decided to go ahead and give him ball four. It's funny. After 3 pitches, the catcher looked over into the dugout at the coach, and they were like, yeah, go ahead and put him on. They don't even want to pitch to Yordan. They just put him on base. Bases are loaded with 1 out. That brings up Yainer Diaz. He's the RBI leader for the Astros. Oh, man, he fouls it over on the right side. Almost a great extra base hit there. Look at that. Right off, just barely off into the crowd. Man, that would have been a great hit opposite field. Strike one. 15 RBIs with bases loaded. Third in the American League this year is good old Yainer Diaz. Here comes the second pitch to him. He hits it up the middle. That's going to be a base hit, guys. There we go. Right up the middle. Should score 2 runs, and it does. McCormick is waved around third. The throw comes in, but too late. Astros tie the game 2-0 on Yainer Diaz's single to center field. We have runners. Did he get to third? Yordan might have stayed on second. We'll see. That ball just was hit just enough to get over the second baseman. Look how close this was. Just right over his glove. Perfectly placed. That's what I like to see. 2 runs scored. Ding. Ding. Okay. Now we got runners on first and second. Yordan did not have the gumph or the umption or the gumption to get to third base. So runners on first and second with 1 out. Game is tied. That brings Jeremy Pena to the plate. And I need to pour myself a second cup of coffee. Here comes the first pitch to Pena. Swing and a miss on a terrible pitch. Outside and low. Don't be like that, Pena. Don't do me like that. Don't do us like that. 0-1 is the count. Runners on first and second. Thanks to Diaz's single, 2 runs are on the board. Here comes the 0-1 pitch to Pena. That one's outside, but he lets that one go, thankfully. Tend to the garden you can touch. Yes, that's right. That next pitch is low for ball 2, 2-1. You know, it's interesting you say that, DeLion, tend to the garden you can touch. I mean, inside your inner garden, if you think of it like your house, your inner garden, that's yours. Wow. Pena rips that one to left field, but it goes foul. Man, that was another dangerous hit. Look at that. Similar to Diaz's hit, but that one would have been base clearing for sure. Wow, close. Nice swing by Pena. Just got around too early. There comes a 2-2 pitch. That one's in the dirt. Ball 3, full count. They're really making Julian Aguilar work now. He's up to 50 pitches, guys. 50. He has managed to get up there where Justin Verlander's at. Here comes the 51st pitch on the 3-2 count. Hit hard to left field again. Wow, he launched that one up to the upper deck, but it was foul. Upper deck, guys. Boom. Look at that. Another 3-2 pitch. Come on, Pena. Straighten that one out, man. Put it in the stands out in right left field. Foul tip. Bounces off the catcher. He'll stay alive. 3-2 is coming again. 3-2 is coming to you. Woohoo-hoo. Put it in the left field stands, Pena. He has ripped the ball twice. He's just getting around on it too early. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. This one's straightened out to center, right field, and it'll be caught. Jordan had to quickly get back on the bag. Jordan is still on his knees on the bag. On that catch, they tried to get Jordan out at second base. The Reds want to take a look and see if they might want to challenge that play to see if Jordan was back on time. We'll see. It was close. It was really close. Jordan might have also injured himself with that ridiculous tag, but he seems okay now. They're not going to challenge it. So runners remain at first and second with John Singleton at the plate, but Reds are going to take a timeout. Catcher's going to come out to the mound and chat with Aguilar. But anyway, yeah, you're right, DeLion. If you think about your house, your inner sanctum, like your inner yard, if you have a garden, right, that's yours. You tend to it. If you're worrying about everyone else's gardens and stuff, and yours is just out of control, what good is that, right? You can have your peace right here. Nothing you can do about the parks and the gardens out there. Listening to baseball on the radio like my grandfather used to. Yeah. It won't be long before I'm as old as Grandpa. I'm going to be 50 next year, if you can believe that. Assuming I'm still around, but I got a little bit of good news yesterday at the hospital. The doctor didn't realize it. I'm the one who saw it, but it was an improvement. It looks like they're going to go ahead and take the pitcher out of the game, guys. They're going to go ahead and make a change. Look at that. That was kind of surprising. They pulled him out before they pull out Verlander. Can you believe that? So Julian Aguilar is going to be replaced. They go ahead and take the ball from him. DeLion says, clap, clap, clap. Absolutely, man. Go Astros. The game is tied up 2-2, guys. And do I not have my runners on the base? I thought I had my runners on the base. I do. Okay. It's just, I just need to update my live screen. That's all. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Canning my homemade sauces while I listen. Oh, man, are you serious? You're making homemade sauces? Is that stuff that you're growing in your, like the peppers and stuff you're growing in your garden? Is that right? Man, I'm licking my lips just thinking about it. Pardon me. I did want to give you guys a quick update on my hospital visit yesterday because I think it was good news and I'd love to share it with you. Now that we are waiting for the pitching change, I think it's a good opportunity to do that. Basically, for those of you who don't know, I have a massive tumor on my right kidney. It has gotten so big that they can't just take it out. They need it to shrink. It's gotten kind of onto and into my vein and has disturbed my blood flow significantly, causing me to have terrible anemia. And last year, I don't know if you guys know this, but they check your hemoglobin. They take blood, And then they check your different numbers in your blood to basically get an understanding what's going on in there. One of the things they check is your hemoglobin. My hemoglobin was so low last year when I was hospitalized. I almost had organ failure. It was that bad. But yesterday, it was the highest it's been in over 2 years. So I'm very happy about that. Good news. It's really good news. It means that the medicine seems to be working. So I'm happy to update you guys and let you know that. Very happy about that. First pitch to John Singleton is a ball. 1-0. Here comes the next pitch. Outside, ball 2. Sam Mole is on the mound. Sam Mole on the mound sounds funny. The Mole on the mound. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. That one's just barely in the outside corner for strike 1. Two balls, one strike to John Singleton. Singleton. Here comes the pitch. He hits that one to center field. It's pretty far back, all the way to the warning track. Man, he got underneath that one. That one floated forever. But they're able to put it away, and that's the final out of the inning. The Astros do come away with 2 as we go right back to commercial break. We have the long commercial break for the pitching change, and now we have the long commercial break for the inning change. At the end of 2, guys, the Astros and the Reds are tied. Astros have come back and tied it up. I'm sure Verlander is happy about that. Hopefully he can keep it locked down. I need to change the pitcher and take the base runners off. Now I think that if I don't take the base runners off, Pam will always remind me. Which is actually very helpful because, especially when the game is slow, if we're having like a pitcher's duel, I will often not remember to change the base runners. If the game is busier, I tend to remember more easily. There we go. All good. Everything updated. Let's see here. That's awesome, man. Yes, it is. Thank you. And God bless you. Yes, God bless you too. Thank you so much. Yep, you are in me and my fiance's prayers, bro. Philip, I really appreciate that. I really, really do. You know, I welcome all prayers, thoughts, positive comments from everybody. I don't care what they believe. If they're wishing me well and praying for me, then it's all good. Same. Pam Flair says, great news. Yes, Pam, thank you. It is. And for those of you who don't know, if you look this up online, my hemoglobin was 5.4, and yesterday for the first time it was over 10. It was 10.4. And since I started taking this new medicine, it has gone up 2 times in the past 2 months. Past 2 months it's going up. That's great. First pitch. Wow, that was called a strike. That was a generous call by the umpire. Look at that. That was above the zone. A curveball, 81 above the zone, called strike 1. Tyler Stevenson is at the plate. That one's in the dirt. That would have been funny if the umpire had called that a strike. A ball in the dirt. Strike! Stevenson would have been like, what? Are you kidding me? 1-1 is the count. Here comes the pitch. Ooh, right in the bottom. Oh, man, how could you not call that a strike? It was in the bottom of the zone. Look at that. That's a strike, and he calls it a ball. What is with this umpire, man? His zone is out. 2 balls and 1 strike. Here comes the pitch. Curveball, big curveball. That's going to be another base hit. Dubon tries to get to it, but he's not able to do so. No play on that one. Another one through the same exact spot as that last base hit in the last inning. So the Reds have a base runner on again. And I can put some creamer in my coffee. Leadoff runner is on, no outs. First pitch to Tyler Stevenson is a ball. I can almost call this game without even looking. Here comes the next pitch. That one's low, ball 2. Once again, why even look? Just call it. Next pitch, curveball, ball 3. That's what I'm calling. Let's see. Here comes a pitch. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. No, 92 on the outside corner, hit to center field. McCormick runs over, gets underneath it, makes the catch. Good play. He hustles over. I'm glad that the Astros are trying to get under the ball quickly because there's so much sun in their eyes right now. They're keeping themselves, I guess you could say, in the best possible position to make a play on the ball. That's pro level. Here comes the first pitch to TJ Friedel. That's in there for a strike. Hey, all right, JV. That's what I like to see. A ball that's below the zone called a strike, but ball's in the zone, ball. I like this umpire. 76 miles an hour in the heart of the plate. That's a strike for sure. Strike 2. Wow. 0-2. Haven't seen that much this game by Worldlander. Verlitzer throws another one in there. That one is a ball. That one doesn't quite get in there. It's in the dirt. Doesn't quite get in there. Just a bit low. He's trying to take out the mole. Man, that's another one in the dirt. Ball 2. So after getting ahead 0-2, the count is now 2-2. 2 low pitches in a row. See, this, they're showing Espada. This would be me. Okay, take a look at this right here. Espada just standing there. That's me just waiting to run out and call and pull Verlander. The next pitch is again low and outside, ball 3. So after getting ahead 0-2, it's now full count. Is he gonna walk another guy? No. This one's fouled straight up. No, it's to the infield. Altuve's underneath it. Puts it away. Does a much better job on it than De La Cruz. Out number 2. With the 3-2 count, Verlander luckily gets the infield fly. 2 outs. Do you guys see how sunny it is in the park right now? I mean, it is really, with all these shadows and stuff, it is really sunny. That brings up Spencer Steer. First pitch to him is a little outside. Ball 1. Let's see if Verlander can steer this into his direction. Steer it in the direction he wants to go. Pickoff move to first. Runner is back. Yes, no problemo. Blip. Ty France at the plate with a 1-0 count. Here comes the pitch. This one's hit hard to right field. And it's going to be to the wall, off the wall. Hayward's going to bring it in. Runner will be held at third, but that is a double for Ty France. Hayward was able to play that well off the wall and keep that runner from getting in. If that had been Pena on first, that would have been a run for sure. Two-out double for Ty France. Man, Ty France, he has gained a lot of weight, looks like. He's gotten chubby. Good play by Hayward, and there's Chubby McChubberton. Runners on second and third. 2 outs. That brings up Jake Fraley. Is he frail, though? Is he Fraley? Fraley. First pitch is low, ball one. Not surprising. 94 miles an hour below the zone. I'm actually kind of surprised the umpire didn't like that one for a strike since it was out of the zone. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Fraley lets that one go, but it was a nice pitch right in there. Curveball for strike one, 78 miles per hour. 78 mph. Hopefully he can get a third out right here with no more damage. Runners on second and third. Here's the pitch. Too far inside and low. Ball two, 2-1. Two balls, one strike. That one's in there, swing and a miss, 78 miles an hour, nice looking curve. Man, bottom must have fallen out of it because he wasn't able to get the bat on it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I loved hitting curveballs so much. It was so much fun. Here comes the 2-2 count. This one's hit up the middle. Pena's right there to get it. Fires over to first. Out number 3. Okay, we are out of this inning, guys. Pena was on the right spot to play that one right off the mound. Tied at 2. Astros with 2 hits. Reds with 4 hits. But we are tied 2-2. Ben Gamel is coming to the plate in the top of the 4th. Followed by Mauricio Dubon and Jason Hayward. I would really love to see Hayward with another great game. Let's take a look at the chat and see what's up. God bless you. Thank you so much. Be back. Got barbecue off pit. I'm going to finish up in the kitchen. Wow, yummy. Pam, what all are you cooking today, or what all have you cooked? Philip says nice. And Roldo, yes, happy Labor Day to you too. Here in Japan, it is Tuesday for me, and it's not Labor Day. But luckily, this game is... excuse me. This game is a very early start. I had to get up at 4:30 today because this game started about 5:10 for me. But I guess it was kind of a blessing. Last night, I was supposed to teach classes from 8 to 10 online, but the bus ride back wound up taking much longer than it should have due to traffic. And so I asked my class if we could just do the second part of the class from 9 to 10. But they said, well, why don't we just take a rest today, and you can rest at home and go to bed early. And I was like, yes, even though I need to work and I need that money, there's no harm in just putting that off to our next class on Saturday. I mean, it just means one less class that I'll teach this month. And, you know, that's unfortunate. But at the same time, I really needed the extra rest and sleep. It was a long day yesterday going to town. It takes at least an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes to ride the bus there, not including going down to the bus stop and then going to the hospital. Ben Gamel's up at the plate, shows bunt, tries to bunt it, doesn't work out for him. Strike one. A running bunt. It looks like he ran out of the box before he even could get the bat on the ball. 0-1 is the count. Here comes the pitch from Mole. A little low. Ball 1-1. So I actually woke up before my alarm went off. I woke up at 4:15, so I don't feel too bad. Swing and a miss, high inside fastball, 94. Sam Mole doesn't seem to be throwing the ball really hard either. His fastball in the low to mid 90s. Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Gamel. Fouled off again. That one was 83. Man, a changeup right in the middle of the zone. Should have been launching on that one, man. It was good to be swinging, but He came out of the box on that swing. He needs to stay in there, commit to that. Another 1-2 pitch on the way. That was outside, 94 miles an hour. Evens the count, 2-2. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. That one's hit down to the first baseman. He grabs it, runs it over himself. That'll be out number 1. Gamble grounds out to the first baseman. Oh, got some video footage. Okay, this is the 85% that Espada was talking about. He wasn't talking about Verlander. He was talking about Kevin Tucker's speed and running and stuff. Okay, that makes more sense. First pitch to Dubon is in there for strike 1, high in the zone, 94 miles an hour. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. No runners on, 1 out. Dubon hits that one hard down the line. Man, the Astros are ripping that ball down the line. Just swinging way too early. That looked like one of Pena's swings. Look at that. Boom, right down the line. These are extra base hits waiting to happen. Mole seems to be pitching very similar to the last pitcher. They're not really fast, and the Astros are hitting it pretty hard, just not fair. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fouled back. Doobie stays alive. No balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch to Doobie-Doo. Whoa, he's called up on strike 3 on the lower outside corner. I had a feeling that was going to be called, and it was. Yeah, the umpire took a moment to call that, but yeah, you can't take pitches like that. You can't take a pitch that close to the zone when you have 2 strikes. That is a big no-no. That's 2 outs. Jason Hayward comes to the plate. Here comes the first pitch. That was low in the zone for strike 1, 83 miles an hour. He did have a walk. Good at bat his first time up. He was able to score. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. High and inside. Ball 1, 1-1. I played for the Mets at Bayland Park in 1986. That's pretty cool. What position did you play? Oh, they've got another guy warming up in the bullpen already. Here comes a 1-1 pitch to Hayward. Hayward hits it hard to right field. That's all the way out to the wall. Just foul, guys. Wow, he gave that one a ride. All the way out to the wall in right field. Very close. Would have been a double, probably. Man, he launched that one. Once again, guys, the Astros, when they're getting the bat on the ball, they are ripping it. But just getting around way too early. They need to hold back just for a split second. Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Hayward. This one's bounced foul down the first baseline. Count will remain 1-2. Two. This game's tied. Top of the 4th. Jason Hayward batting, no runners on, 2 outs. Here comes a 1-2 pitch from Sam Mole. Hayward bounces that one fair to the second baseman. He charges it and quickly gets it over to first, and that will end it for the Astros in the top of the 4th. So that was about the closest thing to a hit the Astros had this inning. That's going to be it. So after 2 hits, the Astros have 2 runs so far this game. The Reds will come up in the bottom of the 4th. They have 4 hits, 2 runs, and 1 error. Outfield, gotcha. I never had the arm to play in the outfield. I had speed, but I was much better at playing infield. I started off when I was a kid playing third base, and I had a good, accurate throw, but I didn't have a really, really strong arm. So they realized that I was a perfect second baseman, and that's where I played the rest of my life. But occasionally in high school, they would have me catch. And for those of you who heard this story the other day, the primary reason is because we had one guy who had a decent fastball. It wasn't like amazing or anything, but nobody else on the team was able, even our catcher, our full time catcher, could not catch the ball. It would just bounce out of his glove. I don't know what it is about some people when they use a catcher's mitt, they just get all wonky. They start to think that somehow the glove is just supposed to like catch the ball. And I'm like, no, you actually have to close the glove. You have to time closing the glove. It's just like any other glove. You can't just let the ball go in there and expect the glove to close and catch the ball. And for some stupid reason, all the other players on my team were just unskilled. Okay, I'll put it nicely, unskilled. And so the coach literally had us line up one day at practice. They put this guy on the mound and had him throw a bunch of fastballs. And we took turns catching with the glove. And I was literally the only one who could catch it every time. And so coach said, whenever he pitches, you're catching. And I was like, are you serious? So whenever he would pitch, I would catch. And as soon as he would come out of the game, I would go back to second. First pitch from Verlander is in there for strike one against Santiago Espinal. Ooh, right on the outside corner, dotted him. Strike two. Verlander has a 0-2 count against Espinal. You know what that means? That means he's going to throw 3 balls in a row. Get the full count. Here comes the pitch. That one's in the dirt. Ball one. 1 of 3. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Verlander starts his windup, but the batter steps out of the box, so they call timeout. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch. This one's hit hard. Wow, and that one's ripped down the line, but foul. Curveball. Count remains 1-2. Why won't this hat stay straight? All right, here we go. Swing and a miss. Oh my gosh. In the 4th inning, Verlander finally gets his first strikeout of the game. Can you believe that? Justin Verlander, after 72 pitches, finally gets a strikeout. It took him 72 pitches. Only a few swing and misses for Verlander today, so they are either getting the bat on the ball or getting walks. First pitch to Rosario is outside the zone for ball 1. Here comes 1-0 pitch. That's also outside. 2-0. By the way, for those of you who are interested in college football, I wasn't able to call the Tigers game yesterday, but, well, it looks like there's a single. Rosario hits it right over Altuve's outstretched glove and into right field. That's going to be a base hit. So there's a 1-out base runner for the Reds. If I'm Joe Espada, I'm pulling Verlander right now. But actually, Verlander's kind of already almost to his limit. He's at 75 pitches. I mean, how many are they going to let him throw? Isn't he kind of at his limit right now? Maybe 80 is his limit? Jonathan India comes to the bat, and he hits it hard into right field, but it's playable by Hayward. He catches it and fires it into second. That'll be out number 2. dangerous first pitch smack by India, but the runner does not advance. That's out number 2. But on my way to Hiroshima City and all the way to lunch, I sat there and just watched the LSU game on my phone. Couldn't have been more disappointed in LSU's performance. They lost the game, but I can't stand USC, and they are not a great team. They're very overrated year after year, and yet the Tigers could not do anything with them. That pitch is outside. Ball 2. Ellie De La Cruz, 2-0 is the count. This is the 79th pitch for Verlander about to come in. Runner on first, 2 outs, 2 balls, no strikes. Verlander's back on the rubber. Here comes the pitch. 76 miles an hour on the outside upper corner. Strike 1, 2-1. You know, the thing about college football that's so different than other sports is that it's like you lose that first game and you just kind of shoot yourself in the foot for getting into the national championship game. That's another one out of the zone for Verlander. 3 balls and 1 strike. Here comes the 81st pitch. That's way inside and low. It scoots to the backstop almost. Diaz has to run back there and grab it. Runner moves to second on that walk. So we have 2 runners on. Are you not going to bring him out? Are you going to bring him out, Espada? Take him out. 81 pitches. It's just the 4th inning, and he's got 81 pitches, guys. He's got over 20 pitches average per inning. Only 1 strikeout. Here comes the next pitch. This one's hit hard down the third baseline, but foul. Strike 1 to Tyler Stevenson. I think now you don't have to worry about saving face to bring Verlander out. I mean, he's already up to 82 pitches. Come on, just take him out. Take him out. That ball's outside. Ball 1, 1-1 is the count. So Verlander barely can strike out a guy. They keep getting the ball on, or the bat on the ball when he puts it in the zone. 1-1. Wow, swing and a miss finally. A high fastball, but that one was only 94 miles an hour. Normally from Verlander, his typical fastball in that area would be like 96 or even 97. Here's the next pitch. Got another high fastball, 93, swing and a miss. So because of placement, Verlander gets a second strikeout, and that's the end of the inning. Man, so lucky there. Look at that. It feels strange to me to see Verlander with those high fastballs at 93 miles an hour, because before his injury, when he was tossing for the Stros, those pitches were 96. And I remember the commentators talking about how, you know, he's still got a decent fastball, but even though he's lost a little bit on it. So even at 96, that was slow for him. But now he's at 93. His high fastballs are 93. You got to take him out. You've got to take him out right now. You're lucky that he's only given up 2 through 4, but there's absolutely no way he's getting through another inning. Please take him out. He's in mid-80s with his pitch count. I'm begging you, Espada, please take him out. Okay, rant finished. Let me check the chat. Guys, we got about 30 listening in. I've only got 13 likes. I need to get to at least 20, because 20 likes gives me like another door, another opening on YouTube of being shown to more people on YouTube. So please help me with that. If you have not hit the like button, please do so. I think I haven't asked one time this entire game. for you to hit the like button, but I am asking for you to do that now. Help me out. If you're interested in the Astros games, the playoff games all coming up, subscribe. If you are interested in the college games, the LSU college games, and later on the playoffs, and I'm talking about football games, then you can also subscribe for that. I'm going to be focused on the Astros for now, so any chance I have to call the Astros, that doesn't, if the LSU games are not interfering with the Astros games, then I'll focus on the Astros games first. I want to get through the Astros all the way through the end of the season and through the playoffs. And then after that, I'll be trying my best to bring you the Tigers games during the off season. And I hope to be back for the spring break, for spring training. Carson Spears is in for the Reds. First pitch to McCormick is a ball. Second pitch just delivered for strike one. 1-1 is the count. Carson Spears. I've got another picture. Picture to get. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. 92 high. Ball 2. 2-1. Here comes the next pitch. Fouled away for strike 2. The count is 2-2 against Chas McCormick. Chas actually had a double that bounced over the fence, over the wall out in left field earlier. His first at bat. First thing I've seen him do in a while. He did have a home run one of his last appearances before he went to AAA for a bit. It'd be nice to see him keep hitting the ball like that. Here comes the next pitch. 2-2 strike to the Tasmanian Devil. He fouls that one up, or rather flies it up, out into right field. And that'll be out number 1. They put Chas away with a little fly ball to right field. No damage done. If he had straightened that one out, that could have been a homer. It was skied way up there. Out number 1. Carson Spears, from what I'm told, is a multiple inning guy, so he might be in for a while unless the Astros light him up. Not going to do it like that. Jose Altuve, my hero, looking a little funny on that swing. Terrible pitch outside. He goes after it, completely misses it. Not surprised. 88 miles an hour from Carson Spears on the outside, but it does not turn to fire and disappear and go into the past or into the future. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. High, 94 miles an hour. So it looks like even Spears' fastball is not super fast. They're still pitching kind of in that low to mid 90s area. I don't think I've seen a fastball more than 94 miles an hour from these pitchers today. Another one 94 above the zone. Ball 3. 3-1 to Altuve. 1 out. Might be able to get a walk here. I'd prefer Altuve to get a base hit. He needs that. But a walk will be fine for now. Here comes the pitch. I was right in the zone. 88 miles an hour. He foul tips it into the glove. That's going to be strike 2. Man, Altuve, you could have hit that. If anybody can hit that, Altuve can, but he missed it. He pulled himself out of the box. Stay in the box. Make that hit. Oh, he takes a strike 3. 83, right in the zone, guys. Altuve lets me down by taking a perfect pitch down the middle. Look at that. Altuve, of all people, how can he not swing? How can he not swing the bat with that? 2 outs. Yordan Alvarez comes to the plate. First pitch to him, inside corner, 94 miles an hour, strike 1. First strike thrown to Yordan today. Here comes the next pitch. Another one in there. Strike two. Just taking strikes. 90 miles an hour. Low in the zone. A perfect pitch to be just ripping up, and Jordan lets it go. Look at that. What are they doing? Here comes the 0-2 count. Swing and a miss probably. No. High and outside. Ball one. Should have thrown him a curveball low in the dirt. He probably would have went after it with an 0-2 count. Probably would have gone after it. 1-2. Here's the pitch. That one's inside. He decides to swing at that one, even though that one was not in the zone. So he takes the strikes and swings at the ball. Look at this one. This one wasn't even in the zone. Top of the batting order, not looking so good for the Astros right now, apart from Diaz. That one's high. Ball two. Jordan and Altuve just not having good at bats today. Looking really lethargic. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Almost hits him on the foot. Jordan gets a full count. Almost got a base by hit or hit by pitch. Full count. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Right in there. Jordan. Are you kidding me? Jordan swings at terrible pitches and decides to take 3 strikes looking. And he is out looking, just like Altuve. Look at that. What is with Altuve and Jordan today? Altuve and Alvarez. Just taking pitches. Man. If the top of the batting order is not going to do it, then the other guys have to step up. They have to step up. 2-2, guys, at the end of the top of the 5th. Game is still tied. 5 hits for the Reds, only 2 hits for the Astros. Man. So disappointed. At least Yiner hasn't let us down. He drove in some runs. Let's take a look at the poll. We have 11 votes. The question is, how do you feel about Chaz in the lineup? Back to AAA, AAA, 27%. Keep him as backup, only 45%. Regular starter is okay, 27%. So you guys are divided on sending him back, and keeping him as regular starter, but keeping him as a backup, 45%. I'm kind of surprised that people think that regular starter and back to AA are the same. My feeling is send him back. Please send him back to AAA. I'm sure that we can find anybody who can hit better than 200. I mean, even if you take the freshest guy who is new to AAA, my feeling is that he's probably going to give you a better batting average than Chas McCormick, because Chas is batting so terribly. 195 right now. Is Verlander back in the game? He is. Verlander's back on the mound. Very first pitch to TJ Friedl is in there for strike one. Curveball, second pitch, strike two, 78 miles an hour, right in the zone. 0-2. Yeah, Jeff Bagwell is commenting on this game, and one of the things that he said was he's seeing a lot of batters take strikes right now, and he's right, but primarily it's the Astros. That one's check swing foul. Count remains 0-2. Oh, 0-2 pitch on the way to Friedl. swing and a miss. Goodness gracious. Good pitch, 85 miles an hour. With that strikeout, Verlander has his third of the game. 2 last inning in this one. And he ties Max Scherzer again for all-time strikeout leader in the MLB. Here comes the next pitch. First pitch to Spencer Steer. That is outside for ball 1. Next pitch is on the way. 1-0. That's a good pitch. 93 miles an hour just in the bottom of the zone on the outside edge. Low and outside. Strike 1. 1-1 is the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here comes the 92nd pitch for Verlander. In the dirt. Ball 2, 2-1. Led the league in home runs. 24 here, y'all. Hit the like. Yes, please hit the like button. Thank you so much for doing that. I still got just 16 likes. I need at least 20. This one's hit to third. DeBon's got it, fires to first, a little high on the throw, but Singleton grabs it for the second out of the inning. Good play. Doobie with a great catch. Good enough throw. Excellent. That brings up Ty France to the plate. France had a big hit, a double to right field his last at bat. Verlander, by the way, at 93 pitches. Here comes his 94th. France hits it to right field. That's going to be another hit. He's got a single to right field. Back-to-back hits for France. He's got a double and a single off Verlander today. One pitch hit to France. France is owning Verlander today. Ty France is third all-time most hits versus the Astros. Probably most of those against Verlander. Uh-oh, this one's left field. Whew, man, that was dangerous right there. Jake Fraley comes in, the very first pitch. He goes after and fouls it off just barely opposite field. Man, dangerous. Verlander up to 95 pitches. 0-1 count. When are they going to pull Verlander? We are getting lucky right now. Man. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Fraley lets that one go. It's a little outside for ball 1. The count is even. 2 outs. 1-1 is the count. Bottom of the 5th, guys. Verlander trying to get through this inning. Just high and outside. Just misses the corner. And here comes the 2-1 pitch. Ooh, a little inside. Fraley didn't like it, but the umpire did. Strike 2. He calls timeout. Fraley being a little saucy with the umpire, complaining about that. Look how he calls timeout here. He just keeps standing in the box, and he's like, yeah, I want a timeout. Yeah, timeout. And he's like, okay, you got it. You got it, timeout. Being a jerk for no reason. Next pitch is outside for ball 3. The count is full. This will be the 100th pitch of the game for Justin Verlander. With a full count. Couldn't be more perfect. 2 outs, full count, runner on first. Here comes the pitch. Fraley swings and hits it through the hole. That's going to be another hit. France is going to go to third easily. Another base hit for the Reds. They've got runners on the corners with 2 outs. Yep. Espada comes out of the dugout finally. Walks out to the mound. Espada and Verlander talk it over, and it looks like Verlander has convinced Espada to let him stay in the game. Caleb Ort is warming up in the bullpen. Verlander wins the discussion there. He's going to stay in the game. He says he's good. So Verlander thinks he's got it in him. He's at 100 pitches right now. This will be his 101st. He's facing Santiago Espinal. The game is tied 2-2 in the bottom of the fifth. 2 outs, runners on the corners. 94 miles an hour, up and out, swing and a miss. Strike one. Yeah, Bagwell's right. He just said that whatever Verlander has left in the tank, it's coming out right now. He's right about that. This is going to be it. The last batter for sure. That one's low and away. Count is even, 1-1. Next pitch, curveball, 79, right in the bottom of the zone, strike two. The fastest fastball by Verlander today, 95.1. He hasn't thrown anything faster than that. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch. Curveball, outside edge, hit to shallow right field. Hayward is over, can't get to it. It's going to land right by the stands, and it's unreachable. The count remains 1-2. Almost got that final out on that foul ball. Yep, just couldn't get over there. By the way, this next pitch, 105, is not only a high pitch count for Verlander, but it's also the highest one this entire season for Verlander. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch to Espinal. Fouled away. 95 miles an hour. That ties his fastest fastball he's thrown today. That's the pitch that he wants, that high fastball, but here comes the next pitch. A little outside. Fraley takes second base with no throw, so the Reds now have runners on second and third with 2 outs. 2 outs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 107th pitch of the game for Verlander is on the way. Espinal swings a high fastball into right field. Is it going to drop? Altuve makes a play but cannot get there. That's going to drop and score a couple of runs. So Espada makes the big mistake of leaving Verlander in, and he gives up a hit. And because the Reds advance to second, they give up 2 runs instead of 1. Espada will now come out finally and say, yeah, that's it, buddy. I told you guys. That should have been it for Verlander. Now the Astros are down again, 4-2. Altuve made the only play on the ball that could be made. That was out in shallow right field. You can see the replay here in just a moment. They are taking Verlander out now. Surprise, surprise. Man, Altuve was so close to making a great play. If he had dove for it, maybe. That ball was just in the right spot. That's going to be it for Verlander. 4-2. Astros are down. Caleb Ort looks like he's coming in the game. I hate being right when it's a negative opinion. I hate it. I really, really do, guys. Now, think about this. I'll remind you guys of what I said earlier about the guy that I saw in the live chat the other day that said, in the World Series, give me Verlander any day over Yusei Kikuchi. Think about how ridiculous that is. Give me a break. Yusei is one of our best pitchers right now. Every game that he has pitched for the Astros, they've won. And he pitches 5 strong innings every game. Why would you put Verlander in his current condition over Yusei Kikuchi? Makes absolutely 0 sense. I'll be looking at the live chat in just a minute to see what you guys are saying, but I have a feeling it's going to be very similar to what I'm feeling and thinking right now. I'm updating the pitchers, getting them in the right spot. Caleb Ward's on the mound. Runner on first with 2 outs. First pitch is a ball. Not quite sure what was going on there, but Espinal steals second with no throw. What is going on? What are the Astros doing, letting them take second? Espinal seems to be threatening to steal third, but on that pitch, the ball is fouled off by Rosario. Espinal does not go. Look at him taunting Ort about going to third. Here comes the next pitch, high and inside. Ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Man. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here comes the pitch. That one's hit up the middle. It's going to be another base hit. It's probably going to score another run. Yep. Espinal scores easily. 5-2 Reds. Not quite sure what the Astros' strategy is supposed to be right now. I guess just lose the game. Letting runners steal second has now cost them 2 runs. Giving up base hits, not throwing to second. Runner on first now, 2 outs. Wow, that one almost hits Jonathan India, who's at the plate now. Runner on first, 2 outs. 9 hits now for the Reds. High fastball, way above the zone. Ball 2. 2 balls from Ort now, way out of the zone. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. That one's in there, 93 miles an hour for strike 1. Oh man, what's going on in the chat? Who you're rooting for? I think it's obvious who we're rooting for. Look at the screen. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here comes a pitch from Ort. Little tapper. Is it going to go fair? It is. Shiner drops it and then fires to first. He's able to get it finally. That was a strange looking play. India was thrown out, and that's the 3rd out of the inning. What a weird play. Take a look at this one. Just a little tapper in front of the plate. He thought it was foul at first, but yeah, he had to dodge it. Otherwise, he would have been called out, but he was called out ultimately anyway, thrown out by Diaz. Astros finally out of the inning, but not before giving up 3 runs, primarily courtesy of Joe Espada, who decided to listen to Verlander. Justin Verlander says, No, coach, I got this. Let me stay in the game. And Espada's like, all right. I mean, even though you're obviously clearly not at 100% and should be taken out, regardless of who you are, I will go ahead and listen to you and leave you in. Well, thanks to that, the Astros are now down by 3 runs. 9 hits ultimately total for the Reds so far in just 5 innings. They're up 5-2 over the Astros. The Astros with only 2 hits so far this game. The Lion says, I think he threw 76 last time. Might make it to 90 today if they let it. I was thinking they were going to pull him out once he got into the mid 80s. But what's crazy is that he got almost to 110 pitches before they pulled him out. Now think about that, guys. His first game back, I think they were going to pull him out after 75. And just 2 games later, he's pitching almost 110 with over 100 pitches and runners on base. The coach comes out and he convinces the coach to keep him in. Seriously? Are you serious? I just don't get it. The Astros really need to give Espada some grief for that decision. Keep him in, keep him in. No, no thanks. Yainer Diaz comes to the plate. Here comes the pitch. 87 miles an hour once again. Takes a perfect pitch in the zone. It cruises in there at 87 miles an hour. How do you not swing at a pitch 87 right in the zone? Second pitch is tapped to second, but it bounces off the glove of Ty France. France ran over from first to try to grab that one. The pitcher went to first, but he was not able to field it cleanly, so Yainer's going to get on. I'm not sure if they're going to charge that an error. Man, that was a that was a terrible play by France. I'm wondering what they're going to charge that. Look at this play by France. It bounces off of his arm. Doesn't get the glove anywhere near that ball. Look at this. Right off his elbow. Yainer's on first with no outs. Well, that's something. Jeremy Pena's at the plate. First pitch he takes for a ball. The second one he fouls away. So at least Pena is swinging at the balls anywhere near the zone. That one was right in there and just fouled it away. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Inside. 2 balls, 1 strike. It is 7 o'clock a.m. here in Hiroshima. I'm looking forward to getting myself a nice shower to wake myself up after this game. Here comes the pitch. Grounded to the third base side. They're going to go for 2. Are they going to be able to get it? They do. So, speed or not, Pena hit that one too hard and was not able to get on base. A double play clears the bases, so that shuts down the Astros' opening base runner. Just kind of too easy. Easy peasy. No one on base now. John Singleton comes up to the plate. Here comes the first pitch. Upper outside corner, 93 miles an hour, strike 1. A fly out and a strikeout today for Single McSingleton. Here comes the pitch. Just barely missed that outside corner. I don't know how that was not called a strike, but it's ball 1 as it stands. Counts even. Looks like Taylor Scott is warming up. No, I'm sorry, Ferguson. Caleb Ferguson is out warming up, so after one Caleb comes out, looks like they're going to have another Caleb coming in. Another ball to John Singleton. 2-1 is the count with 2 outs, no runners on. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Ooh, inside and low. 88 miles an hour. Low and inside. 3-1's the count. It would be nice to have another base runner on, even with 2 outs. Gamble coming up, he might make something happen. And we do. We get another base runner. 93 miles an hour, up and out. That'll be ball 4. So good bat by Singleton to draw a second walk. That's twice. Oh, I'm sorry. No, he has not been on twice. That's his first walk of the game. Yes, that's right. This is his first one. He struck out and flew out his last 2 at-bats. So the Astros get another base runner with 2 outs. Let's get some of those 2-out runs that we got recently. First pitch to Gamble is inside, 82 miles an hour, ball 1. Stupid commercials. I say stupid commercials, but I'm going to have to be gunning for some of those sponsored ads later. This ball gets away from the catcher. Singleton was actually able to get to second. Nice. Singleton advances into scoring position on that passed ball. I don't think that's going to be considered a... Yeah, that's considered a passed ball, not a wild pitch. That was a catchable ball. Singleton gets to second on it. 2 balls, no strikes to Gamble. Here comes the pitch. That one's in the dirt. That one was a little bit of a wild pitch, but the catcher's able to stop that one. 3 balls and no strikes to Gamble. Mauricio Dubon on deck. Here comes the pitch. That one's right in there in the outside part of the zone for strike 1. 3 balls and 1 strike. 2 outs, runner on second. Singleton, after a walk, was able to get to second on a pass ball. The Astros have a chance to do something here. No, Gamble. Oh, come on. What are you doing, Gamble? Gamble takes a pitch in the zone and throws his bat away because he thinks it's a ball 4. What in the world is he doing, man? Look at this. He was so sold out to that being a ball, he threw his bat away and started to run to first, but that was a strike. What are you doing? It's a full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Gamble being a clown right now. Here comes the pitch. That is a ball. Inside and low. He's finally able to properly throw his bat away. That brings up Mauricio Dubon to the plate with 2 outs. Carson Spears and the catcher are going to have a little meeting on the mound now. Dubon is being pulled, guys, for Victor Caratini. Caratini most likely batting left-handed as a pinch hitter. The coach comes out to chat with the pitcher. Ben Affleck comes to the plate. The Batman. Hey, what do you think about my fantasy league? You know, I haven't been doing so well lately. You got any advice for me? Can you get a trade? No, I'm afraid I can't trade for much right now. Yeah. That's probably what they're talking about. Fantasy leagues and stuff, you know. These old coaches probably all up into those fantasy leagues, right? Care more about that than the game. I do think it'll be hilarious, though, to hear one of these conversations. They go out to the mound and they actually don't say anything at all about the batter that's coming up or at the game. Just walk out there and, hey, man, I was thinking that later on, you know, my wife and I, we're going to make we got some nice garlic bread. We're going to cook some spaghetti, homemade spaghetti. Would you like to bring your wife over and have dinner? Sure, man. That sounds good. All right. Get back to it. Strike this guy out. 88 miles an hour. What? Wow. That was way above the zone, and he called it a strike. That surprised everybody. That was an absolutely terrible pitch. And he called it a strike. Guys, you got to see this. Take a look at this. Strike? Come on now. 0-1 against Caratini. That one's outside. I'm not even sure that I can call these very quickly because that umpire, he shocks everybody, even the catcher. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here comes the pitch to Caratini. That one's fouled back. That one was in the zone. But Caratini takes a swing at it, fouls it back. Count is now 1-2. So we've got runners on first and second with 2 outs. The top of the 6th. The count is 1-2 to Batman Victor Caratini. Here comes the pitch. Fouls that one off too. Back and away. 95 miles an hour. Stays alive. Another pitch that was in the zone. The Batman. Why do you want to throw a good pitch to me? Here comes the pitch. Wow, that one's ripped hard down the first baseline, but foul. That hit near a microphone. That was loud. Wow, no wonder it was so loud. Victor Caratini destroyed the microphone, guys. I kid you not. Look at, when you see it hit over there. He hits this one to right field. That's going to be down, guys. But it doesn't look like they're going to score a run. Singleton's going to be held up. You see that? He destroyed that. Victor Caratini destroyed that microphone dish. Very next pitch, he hits that one into right field for a single, but Singleton is unable to advance to home. He's not quite fast enough, so the Astros now have bases loaded with 2 outs. Great hit by Caratini. A pinch hit single. And they're going to bring in a pinch runner for Caratini. Jason Hayward comes to the plate, guys. Bases loaded for Jason Hayward. Astros down by 3. Hayward calls a timeout. That was kind of weird. That was weird. Hayward calls for time. Looks like, I'm not sure what was going on there. That was kind of weird. Umpire and Hayward discussing about, I guess, how timeout works. Who knows? First pitch is a ball. 1-0 against Hayward. Bases loaded, 2 outs, guys. Here's the pitch to Hayward. Outside again. Ball 2. 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes to Hayward. 2 outside pitches in a row. Don't pitch to him, man. Walk him. Here comes the next pitch. That one's hit hard down the first baseline, man. Whew. Right into the dugout. He ripped that one in the same spot that Caratini did, very close to that mic. That's a parabolic mic, is what it is. 2 balls, 1 strike. Hayward was swinging hard on that pitch. Here comes the next one. That one's outside again. Ball 3, 3-1. Man, 3-1. If he gets a good pitch, he could let her rip. A walk or a rip. Come on, man. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. That's right in there for strike 2. Come on. Bases loaded, 2 outs, full count, guys. Here comes the pitch to Jason Hayward. That's grounded to the third baseman. He fires over, and that's it. That's it. So after ripping it down the first baseline, he takes a strike, takes a perfect pitch to be swinging at, and then weakly grounds out to the third baseman, opposite field. That couldn't have been more anticlimactic. Forget that stuff, man. Forget that nonsense. Astros back to stranding base runners, doing what Astros just can't get away from. The shadow that follows the Astros everywhere. The shadows. The LOB shadow. Left on base. The left on base shadow. And now we've got a guy coming in who scares me. Caleb Ferguson. Man, this is a difficult game to call. I really don't like calling these games. Right before I go to school. I think this is the right spelling of his name. We will see. I'll double check. There we go. We're going into the bottom of the sixth. The Astros with 4 hits, 2 runs. Reds with 9 hits, 5 runs. Astros leave bases loaded. And let's do an update. Let's see how many runners have they left on base. Now check this out. The Reds, despite having 5 runs, they've still left a significant number of runners on base. We're talking about left on base, okay? These are opportunities they had to bring a runner around for each player added all together. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 opportunities. The Astros, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 opportunities. So 13 and 12. Both teams have had equal opportunities to bring runners in, but the Reds have turned those into 5 runs. Astros have only turned them into 2. Ellie De La Cruz comes up to the plate. He'll be facing Caleb Ferguson. First inning for Ferguson. Here comes the pitch. 82 miles an hour, just inside, ball 1. Let's see what we got going in the chat. 20 pitches an inning isn't too bad if you know he can throw 100 pitches. Well, 20 pitches an inning is bad because if you want him to go 7 innings, then 20 pitches means he's walking too many guys, he's getting too many full counts, and possibly giving up hits. 15 is the max that you would want to throw, really, in a good inning. 10 is great. 15 is so-so, and 20 is bad. Chaz, he's our man. If he can't do it, no one can. Well, I don't know about that. I feel like Chaz, he's not the man. If he can't do it, then someone else likely can. All right. So, De La Cruz goes down. I will show you just how he managed to do it while I was checking out the comments. He went down swinging. So Caleb Ferguson with the strikeout, the leadoff strikeout of the inning, that brings up Tyler Stevenson. The first pitch to him is high, 89 miles an hour, ball 1. 1 away, no base runners. I appreciate you. Thank you, I appreciate you. No game tomorrow? Yeah, that is kind of weird, right in the middle of a series. This one's hit right up the middle between Altuve and Pena. That's another base hit for the Reds. That'll be their 10th of the game. Tyler Stevenson gets on with a hit off of Ferguson right up the gut. Here's that hit. Add that one up to another base hit for the Reds. That brings up TJ Friedel. First pitch from Ferguson to Friedel is on the way. Right on the outside corner, 95 miles an hour, strike 1. Oh and 1 is the count. Here comes the pitch. Friedel fouls that one off. 94 inside for strike 2. Here's that foul ball. Strike 2. Next pitch is on the way. That one's hit in the air to left center field. Gamble and Chaz are over. At first, Gamble called for it, but Chaz calls him off, and he puts it away for out number 2. So Friedel goes down with a fly out to left center field. Brings up Spencer Steer. Runner remains on first. Oh for 3 today. 80 miles an hour right in there. Big curveball. 0 and 1. Can't believe the Astros are losing to Cincinnati 5-2. But at the same time, I'm not surprised. I'm just disappointed with Espada, that's all. High and outside, 94 miles an hour, ball 1. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. I'd like to get caught up on what's in the chat. I think I have an opportunity in just a moment. 1-1, here's the pitch. Ooh. Curve, but he just barely misses the outside corner. That'll be a 2-1 count. This should never have happened. I absolutely agree, Pam, 100%. That's what I've been saying this whole time. If I'd been the coach, at least this game, we'd be in a better position right now, I think. Armchair coach. That is in there for a strike. Strike 2, 81 miles an hour in the bottom of the zone. The count is now even, 2-2. Good pitch by Ferguson there. Seems like Ferguson's got a little better control with his breaking balls than he usually does. That one's fouled down the third baseline. Count remains 2-2. Hit like there's 27 here. Can't blame Espada for trusting Ovette, who says he's got it, but there's so many reasons he should have been pulled. Well, I can blame him because he is a vet, but Ferguson picks up the strikeout, guys. Nice pitch by Ferguson to get out of the inning. So Ferguson has one of the best innings I've seen from him in a while. Gets the second strikeout to end the inning. So the Reds come away with nothing, thankfully. And we're going to go into the top of the 7th. Astros down 5-2. Reds with 10 hits and 5 runs. Astros only with 4 hits and 2 runs. 1 error for the Reds, no errors for the Astros. A couple of lucky plays for the Reds combined with timely hitting against Verlander, who is definitely nowhere near 100%. It's debatable whether Verlander will ever be where he was during his last year. People debate about that, whether Verlander is his time is up, and nobody wants to admit that or say it. But I said it before and I'll say it again. He's going to have to show me something consistent and strong. It's got to be both. It's got to be strong and consistent, and he is neither right now. It took him 4 innings to get his first strikeout. He was already up to almost 90 pitches by the end of the 4th inning. I mean, come on. That's crazy. Let's see here. No, for real, if your pitcher is deep, needs an extra inning, extra minute of rest, why not? Verlander needs, I don't know how much rest can help Verlander, but I definitely don't think he should be part of the regular rotation. I think that he should get, there should be like, maybe give the other pitchers an extra day of rest. Give him more rest. And give him time to recover and work on his pitching. Put somebody else in there. Chas McCormick shows bunt. He's the leadoff batter. He takes a ball, pulls back. Probably for the best. Next pitch is a little outside, 93 miles an hour for ball 2. 2-0 against McCormick. Let's get something going. We need a leadoff base runner. Chazzy. Chaz-tastic. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. Little outside. Ball 3. 3-0. That's a good start. Just keep taking those balls, man. Fine by me. Leadoff runner. Definitely something we need. We need to get runners on and get them scored. Here comes the 3-0 pitch. That one's in there. 92 miles an hour, strike 1. Taking that one all the way. Wasn't even thinking about swinging. That's the ball 3 pitch right there. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. Fouls that one back. So the count is now full. Carson Spears still on the mound, delivering pretty quickly for the Reds. But they do have some action in the bullpen. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Leadoff batter for the Stros here in the top of the 7th. Here comes the pitch. He hits that one to center field. It's going to be playable, but man, almost dropped by the center fielder. He almost missed it. Kind of misplayed it, maybe because of the sun. But he's able to get it. Friedel pulls it in, and that'll be out number 1. My hero, Jose Altuve, coming up to the plate. He needs to show some theatrics now. Get us in this game, man. Come on, show us some life. We need your spark, Altuve. You really, really do. Here's the first pitch. That's outside. Ball 1. 93 miles an hour outside the zone. Knocking a home run. That would be a very useful thing to do. Altuve shows bunt, pulls back. They ask if he went. First base umpire says no. He pulled back. Ball 2, 2-0. That one was very low. Altuve showing the running a bunt attempt. Here is the 2-0 pitch. Altuve doesn't show bunt that time. Takes ball 3. Three and 0. Here comes the pitch. Ooh, right in there. 93 miles an hour. Strike 1. Here comes the 3-0 pitch. Inside. That'll be a walk. Altuve gets on the base. So the Astros have 1 runner on with 1 out. Yordan Alvarez comes to the plate, guys. Altuve on first. Here comes the first pitch from Spears. Right in the low part of the zone, 93, a good hit. He fouls it away into the right field stands. Finally gets something to kind of put his bat on, but he's not able to straighten it out. Strike 1. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. High and inside, ball 1, counts 1-1. I'm going to try to update this just a little bit. Next pitch is low and inside, 88 miles an hour. No fire on that pitch. 2 balls, 1 strike. I got my preview a little too close to the live. Maybe that will help. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. That one's grounded down the third base side. Almost a weak grounder to third. Almost a pitiful out. But barely foul. That'll be strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Altuve on first base with 1 out, guys. Yordan Alvarez at the plate, trying to make something happen. Here comes the pitch. This one's hit hard down the right field line, but foul. One of the best rips of the game for Yordan so far, but off the wall down the first base side. Altuve getting on base with that walk is the most he's done today. Yordan hasn't done anything either. This is an opportunity for him to actually do something other than just walk. He was basically intentionally walked his first at bat. 3 straight balls, and then they just put him on after that. They're pitching to him now because they got a 3-run lead. 2-2 count. And here comes the pitch. That was low. Ball 3. Full count. Yainer Diaz waiting on deck. Diaz with the only 2 RBIs of the day for the Astros so far. Here comes the full count pitch. Hits hard out to opposite field. It's in the corner and it's fair. It bounces into the stands. It's an automatic double for Yordan Alvarez. It bounces right into the left field boundary and into the stands. Perfectly placed hit by Alvarez opposite field. Good swing, good contact. Came around just in time to get that one fair. Man, that bounced just a couple feet inside the line and bounced right up into the crowd. You can see right there. Boom. How do you like that? And that's going to be it for Carson Spears. He comes out of the game. Reds are going to bring in another pitcher. That's kind of funny. They keep him in to pitch to Yordan, but bring in another one to pitch to Diaz. Interesting decision. But the Astros now have runners on second and third. Altuve's on third. Yordan on second. 1 out. Yainer Diaz is going to be the batter. Emilio Pagan. Or Pagan? I guess that's his name. Payan? I'm going to have to listen to see how they say his name. I'm not quite sure. I'll try to get his picture uploaded. I think I can get it before we come back to the game. I gotta type his name in. It looks like Pagan the way I write it. It says Pagan, but I'm not gonna put the little accent on there. I don't know how to type that on the keyboard, so it's just gonna have to say Pagan. He's not a believer, guys. He's a pagan. So these Christian batters need to take him to task. These Catholics, these Protestant batters, they need to teach this pagan a lesson. 5 hits for the Astros now. That's Yordan's first hit of the game. Astros 5th. Runners on second and third. Yainer Diaz is going to be at the plate. Pagan is his name. Emilio Pagan. Here comes the first pitch from Pagan. Yainer fouls that first pitch away. Was that an 83-mile-per-hour breaking ball? Man, that was a nice one to be swinging at. Fouls it back. 4.25 ERA. Here comes the next pitch. Right in the zone again. Yainer hits it out to center field. That's going to be deep enough to score Altuve. Altuve jogs in. Yordan moves over to third. So both runners do advance. So Yainer does get another RBI. All 3 runs today courtesy of Yainer Diaz. He scores 2 on his last hit. On this one, sacrifice fly to deep center. Brings in Altuve. All right. Astros now down just 5-3. 2 runs between them and the Reds. Jeremy Pena comes to the plate. Pena going to tie it up with a homer? We'll see. Here comes the first pitch. Pena fouls that one away to the right field side. Is that a Griff's advertisement I see back there? Interesting. Go Altuve. Well, yeah, he did get a walk at least. Game 1 in the World Series, Verlander's my guy. Why? Yeah, please tell me why. Please tell me why. Because he'll have such a bad outing, they won't pull him. They won't put him in another game. They'll just use Yusei the next game. 0-1 is the count against Pena. Here comes the pitch. Ooh, swing and a miss, 95 miles an hour, right up in the zone. That was close. You're hurting me, Pena. You're hurting me. All we need is a base hit here to get another run, guys. Or is that Grips, that sign in the background? Fouled back. 96 up in the zone. He got the bat on that one to stay alive, but it flies back into the crowd. Count remains 0-2. Pena, I believe in you, man. I really feel I believe in you. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Ooh, up and in. Almost nicked him. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Very close to catching Pena on the arm that time. Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Jeremy Pena. 2 outs. Jordan on third. Outside, ball 2. Good eye by Pena. Even count, 2-2. Here's the pitch. Oh, swing and a foul tip caught by the catcher just barely. He hung on to that one. Strike 3. Astros blow this opportunity with Jordan on third base to get another run. They only come away with 1 on a sacrifice fly by Diaz, who has all 3 of the Astros RBIs today. 10 hits for the Reds, 5 runs. 5 hits for the Astros, 3 runs. It's 5-3 going into the bottom of the 7th. Caleb Ferguson may be pulled out. I'm not sure they're going to let him pitch another inning, but we will see. As of right now, I don't see a pitching change, but as soon as I do, I will update it for you. But Astros strand another runner. That'll be about 13 runners stranded by the Astros, I think. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yep, that's right, 13. By the way, Pena has had 5 opportunities to move runners around. He's 0 for 4 today. He has left 5 runners on base. Just to give you an idea of his performance today, it's been miserable. He's been getting the bat on the ball, just hasn't done anything. 2 strikeouts despite his foul balls. No walks. Very unfortunate. A couple of ground outs. Disappointing. Astros are the greatest team ever. I think so. Didn't used to be that way, but I mean, we've been through some tough years. I mean, the fans who are younger, they haven't been through near the amount of heartache and heartbreak that I have. And I'm sure that the Astros fans who are much older than me, 70 or 80 years old, they've been through so much more heartbreak than even I have. I'm going to be 50 next year. And I can tell you for sure that ever since I was a kid, Houston teams have hurt me so much. The Oilers really hurt my heart. Here comes the first pitch to Ty France. Caleb Ferguson is still in the game. That one is right in the zone for strike 1. I am out of coffee, and we still have a couple innings of ball left. It is 7:36 in the morning here. Next pitch, high. Way inside and high. Ball 1. Counts even, 1-1. Next pitch is in there. It might be in for a base hit. It's down. It is. It lands right in front of Chaz. That's going to be a base hit for Ty France. France just owning the Astros this game. A double and 2 singles. He drops that one right in the center field area in front of the Chazmanian Devil. The Chazmanian Weevil. Chazmanian Weevil. That's more like how he plays most of the time. He's more of a weevil than a devil. Fraley sends one to oh, Pena drops the ball at second. Wow, that was crazy. Line drive to Pena. He drops it and then throws to first. I'm not sure what they're ruling on that. If they're ruling that it was a catch and then a drop or a double play. Look at this. This should be a double play because he drops it and he steps on the base, throws to first. Look at this, okay? He drops it. That's not a catch. That's not a catch. That should be a double play. What in the world's going on? That's strange. The next batter gets a base hit. What in the world is going on here? Another hit off Caleb Ferguson. Runners on first and second with one out. This game is so weird. What in the world is going on? Espinal gets a hit through the right side, so runners on first and second with one out. Or is that Espinal at the plate now? They don't update my information correctly. At any rate, that's foul down the third baseline. That'll be strike one. Actually, yeah, I was right. Rosario's at the plate. He's the one that just fouled it off. So Espinal's the one who hit the ball into right field. One out, two runners on. Rosario at the plate. Here comes the pitch. That one's back to the back screen. Both runners are going to advance. A wild pitch by Ferguson. So Ferguson gives up a couple of hits. And now he's giving up base runners, or giving up bases to the base runners with a wild pitch. Nuts. Absolutely nuts. Infield comes in a little bit. 1 ball, 1 strike to Rosario. There's a timeout by the umpires. Something going on. Oh, there's going to be a pinch runner. Ty France is coming out of the game, guys. They're bringing in a pinch runner on third base. What in the world? What's the point in that? You got a guy that's hitting the ball well, and you take him out? He's like 3 for 3 or 3 for 4 this game. He's got a double and a couple of singles, and you pull him out after being on third for a pinch runner? Wakarimasen, that's what I'd say. This ball is hit to right field. It's going to be out of play for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Goodness gracious me. Here comes the 1-2 pitch from Ferguson. Rosario swings and misses for a strikeout. Ferguson gets a strikeout there. Nice high fastball. Rosario can't resist. He goes after it like a bug to a zap light. Bzzzt. 94 miles per hour. I'm wondering if I should make a fresh cup of coffee. I don't want to get another extra week. Or do I have enough grounds in here? I might. Next batter is Jonathan India. First pitch to him is high. Another high fastball. He takes that one for ball 1. I think I can actually use the grounds that I have left. There are a lot in there. I think an extra week cup would be fine. 0-1, or 1-0 rather. Next pitch. Oh, that was a bad frame by Diaz. He had to quickly get over there and get it. Should have been a strike 1, but called ball 2. It was right on the corner of the zone. Just didn't look convincing enough to the umpire. 2-0, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Here comes the pitch. There's a strike 1, and 2-1 is the count. Runners on second and third. Ferguson hasn't given up any runs yet. See if we can lock it down here. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Little low and inside. Ball 3. 3-1. De La Cruz is on deck. 3 balls, 1 strike to Jonathan India. Here comes the pitch. Strike on the outside corner. He thought it was a ball. He took off. He went all Ben Gamel there, heading off to first base, and he was called back. Look at that. He's like, oh, it's a ball four. Nope, strike. Full count, 3-2. Pulled the old Ben Gamel. He didn't quite throw the bat, but he may as well have. Here comes the next full count pitch. High, way outside and high. Ball four. Caleb Ferguson loads the bases for Ellie De La Cruz. Espada is coming out to the mound. Not quite sure what Espada is going to be thinking here, but he decides to come out to the mound. He calls timeout. Stros trying to give away this game. We've got a terrible combination going on right now of starting pitching issues, relief pitcher shakiness, and weak batting. That's a bad combination. That combination equals loss. You got to have at least one of those things on fire. Well, if your relief pitching is on fire, but your hitting and your starting pitching is off, then you can't win. But you got to have at least the hitting or the relief pitching. You got to, maybe if you have those together. First pitch to De La Cruz. 89, top of the zone. Ferguson gets strike one. 0-1. 2 outs, bases loaded. Ellie Ferguson with the 0-1 count. Caleb Ferguson on the mound for the Astros. Here's the pitch. Tapped foul. That'll be strike two. Ferguson gets ahead. 0-2. Pitchers count. Oh and 2, guys and gals. Here comes the pitch from Caleb Ferguson. He chops that one foul just beyond the bag. Whitcomb is over at third. He grabs it and tosses it over to the ball boy or ball girl, whoever is over there. We're going to have another 0-2 pitch. Just give him a drop in the dirt, maybe. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Long delay. High fastball, called strike three. Oh my gosh. No, that was not a fastball. That was like a changeup. De La Cruz is upset about that. He's still chatting with the umpire. The umpire takes off his mask and they're chatting about it. But that's called strike three. Man, Caleb Ferguson squeaks by that with that call. Holy cow, the Astros dodge a big bullet there. Absolutely close call. Whew, that was a nail biter. I'm sorry, not the count. The score remains 5-3. Somehow the Astros, despite giving up more hits and loading the bases, 12 hits for the Reds, they don't give up any more runs. Whew. We're going to the top of the 8th. The Astros only have 2 more chances to get back into this game. They're only down by 2. The Reds keep bringing in pitchers. Now, Pagan is their current pitcher. But I think it's pretty obvious that the Astros can hit this guy. If he stays in the game, they can hit him. If they bring in a different reliever, I think they can also hit him. We'll see. Smart baseball. Nick 'em, but don't cut 'em. I'm 52. Oilers was a heartbreak time. Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. Rockets 2 and 86 Astros. Yes, all agree. I think you'll remember, Philip, when the Rockets finally started winning, they were just sinking 3-pointers like crazy, and they were breaking records with sinking 3-pointers, and they just destroyed teams with 3-pointers, and they won their championships, their first championships. I was so happy. I was like, finally, my God, a Houston team finally gives me a championship. And then another one, I was like, yes, thank you, finally. But the Oilers leaving for Tennessee, especially after how badly they lost to Buffalo, never having won a Super Bowl, it broke my heart. And I stopped caring about NFL after that. I wish the Texans well, but they're not my team. The Oilers were always my team. First pitch to Singleton is a strike. Next one is inside and low, 86 miles an hour. Counts 1-1 to Single McSingleton. He did get a walk his last at bat. We'll see if he can do something now. Ooh, big hack by Singleton on the inside corner, but he gets nothing but air. I could feel that from here. Man, that felt nice. Is fall here? Has fall arrived? Singleton making me think so. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here comes the next pitch. That one's high and outside. 96. Maybe that's the fastest pitch of the day. 96 miles an hour. None of these pitchers are pitching really hard. Low to mid 90s. 2-2 is the count against Single McSingleton. This one's hit hard. Center field. He's all the way back to center field. He has to spin around to get it, but he's able to grab it right at the warning track. It was driven really hard by Singleton, but it doesn't go far enough. A nice drive by Singleton. If he had gotten around on that ball, it could have been out. It would have been out for sure. Unfortunately, it's out number 1. "13 pitches now for Pagan. Ben Gamble comes to the plate. Shade Whitcomb is going to be batting after that. Ben Gamble hits it to... Oh, what a good catch by De La Cruz. He snow-coned a catch just now and robbed Ben Gamble of a first swing hit. Look at this. Barely snow-coned it, hung on to it. Good catch. Man. Barely got it. Whew. He got it off the heel of his glove, and he almost lost it, but that's out number 2. Whitcomb comes to the plate. First pitch is low for ball 1. Look at this. Hits the bottom, the heel of his glove, and almost goes out. Nice play. Ball 1 to Whitcomb. Here comes the next pitch from Pagan. Swing and fouled away to the right side into the crowds. Sail away, sail away, sail away. Strike 1. The count is even. 2 outs. Here in the top of the 8th, and nothing doing for the Astros so far. Another foul away to the right side, 95 miles an hour down the middle on that pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. This crowd is so quiet. They almost don't react to anything. They don't boo when Altuve comes to the plate. They don't do much. Another foul to the right side. Looks like that one's going to be just out of play. And it is. Count remains 1-2. 3 straight foul balls way out to the right side for Shea Whitcomb. Here comes another 1-2 pitch. Come on, Shea. And he swings and misses on that one. 97 up. That's the highest fastball I've seen in this game. 97 miles an hour, way up high, out of the zone. Should have just let it go. Could have been ball 2, but instead it's strike 3, and the Astros once again come away with nothing in the top of the 7th. They are 3 up and 3 down in about 10 pitches. Really short inning for Pagan, the pagan. And let's see, going into the bottom of the 8th, I'm not sure who's going to be up yet for the Astros, but I'm sure there would be a pitching change. I can't imagine they're going to let Ferguson stay in there. Let's see here. What do we have going in the live stream, guys? Got about 37 following along. Thank you so much. Oh, I'm 1 shy of 20 likes, guys. I need 1 more like. I need just 1 more like to get to 20. It's a big difference. Trust me, it's a big difference. Several days ago, when I got the 20th like, it really blew up the video. I think it was game 4, the last game. yesterday versus the Royals. Once those likes got over 20, tons more viewers came in. I got more likes, I got more subs. It really, really helped out a lot. So just take a moment to just like the video. That would help me out so much. Yesterday was a record for me with, I believe, likes. Oh, I got 26 now, just like that. Holy cow. I refreshed the screen, now I have 26. That's awesome. Does that mean that we can get to 30? I think I was going to say yesterday was a record. I think we got over 30 likes and about just shy of 2,000 views. That is awesome. In order to get a view, I think a unique viewer has to come on the channel and watch for at least 30 seconds, and then YouTube counts that as a view. So nearly 2,000 people coming in and viewing yesterday was a record. Also, the number of likes was a record. The number of new subs was a record. Yesterday was all around great. And part of that reason is because of you. Forrest Whitley is on the mound for the first time. It looks like ERA of 1.5. Interesting. Facing Tyler Stevenson. First pitch is 97 on the outside corner for strike one. That's what I like to see. 97 on the first delivery. That equals the fastest pitch of the game so far. Here comes the next pitch from Whitley. I haven't seen him on the mound at all. 88. No, I'm sorry. 98 on the outside corner. Strike two. I'm liking this, man. Show me some more of that heat. How about a high fastball strikeout? 99 miles an hour, man. Throw it even harder. Here comes the pitch. Curveball, bounce on the dirt, strikeout. 3-pitch strikeout. Man, how do you like that? Forrest Whitley starts off with a 3-pitch strikeout. 2 awesome fastballs on the outside corner, and then a ball in the dirt, swing and a miss. Man. First pitch to Friedel is fouled away. 98 miles an hour. There's that 98 I was looking for. Look at this. Oh and 1, 4 straight strikes for Whitley. Here comes the next pitch. This one's hit into left field. That's going to be down. An opposite field base hit by TJ Friedel. That's 13 freaking hits for the Reds this game. They are just punishing the Astros pitchers with these stupid little hits. Man. Where's my pictures folder? I don't have Whitley's picture yet. I need to update that. I just got him downloaded. First pitch to Spencer Steer is in there for strike one. Show that to you in just a second. There it is. Here comes the next pitch. 98, a little high and outside. That'll be ball one. 1-1 is the count. Forgot to update the base runners. 1 runner on with 1 out. 1 ball, 1 strike to Spencer Steer, who's 0 for 4 today. Here comes the pitch. Strike. Right on the outside corner. 97 miles per hour. Good pitch by Whitley. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Long delay by Whitley. Finally, the delivery. Curve, tries to get him to go, but they say he didn't go on that check swing. 86 miles an hour, ball 2. Counts 2-2. I think I can change his picture right quick. Forrest. There he is. This one is swung on. Fouled away. 98 miles an hour. Count remains 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 runner on, 1 out. Spencer Steer at the plate. Whitley delivers. Wow, 99 miles an hour, and he almost takes his head off. That was dangerous right there. 99 right at the head. Ooh, man. Look how dangerously close this was. Boom. Ball 3. The count is full. Here comes the pitch from Whitley. Runner's going to second. He steals, but doesn't matter. That was ball 4. No play at second. So that's a walk. Useless steal on that play. It was not a bad throw, but didn't really matter. He would have been safe either way, but runner's now first and second with 1 out. Who's at the plate right now? Blake Dunn is pinch hitting for Ty France. 100 miles an hour, just barely misses the inside corner of the plate. 100. Man, that could have been a strike. It was right on the edge. Here comes the next pitch. That pitch leaves no doubt. 96 right in the zone for strike 1. Count is even, 1-1. Goodness gracious. It is now 8 o'clock in the morning. I have to be at school in 1 hour. Will the Astros tie this up and put it into extra innings? Who knows? Wow, 84 miles an hour, up and in. They let Friedel take... I'm sorry. He was going back. Okay. He ran back to second, my bad. I thought he had gone over to third. But he was just going back to second. Weird camera work there. A little confusing. Swinging a foul ball. 2-2 is the count to Blake Dunn. How about a strike 3 and you are done? How about that? Here comes a 2-2 pitch from Whitley. Oh, he comes off the rubber. Fakes a throw to second. Friedel goes back. Altuve hanging around back there, waiting for the non-throw. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. That one's outside. 98, low and outside. Another full count. Man. Might be running on this. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Hit out in the right field, but foul. Going to get another full count pitch. Done with a good at bat here, forcing Whitley to get up to full count and then fouling it off. He is batting .056, so his batting average is almost 0. Here comes the next pitch from Whitley. He fouls it off again down the first baseline. Getting around late, but he's making contact. Second appearance in the MLB this year for Forrest Whitley. The runners go, and they get it. It is a strikeout, but a double steal. Diaz is not able to get the ball over there. So runners do advance, but there are 2 outs. Take a look at this. Right in there for strike 3, but terrible throw by Diaz, and it's too late anyway, it looks like. Runners on second and third. Jake Fraley comes to the plate. First pitch is in there, 97 miles an hour, but he fouls it away. Strike 1. Fraley has a single today. 1 for 4. Oh, and 1 is the count. Here comes the pitch. That's a strike. 84 miles an hour. Breaking ball right in the lower inside part of the corner. Or right in the lower inside part of the zone. Fraley seems to be complaining about that to the umpire. But there's nothing to discuss. That's a strike, my friend. If you're going to complain about something, make sure that it's obviously not a strike. What's the point in complaining to the umpire and bickering with him about something? I mean, these are major league players. Do they not know that that's right in the corner of the zone? Do they really not know that? 0-2 is the count with 2 outs and 2 runners on. Here's the pitch from Whitley. High and outside, 98 miles an hour. Way out for ball 1, 1-2. Man, I wonder how much time I'm going to have. Can I take a shower today before I go to the school? I really want to. Here's the 1-2 pitch. This one's hit hard to the right side. Barely foul down the first baseline. That was almost an extra base hit there. That would have scored both runs for sure. Count remains 1-2. Choose wisely, Forrest Whitley. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch. Fraley checks his swing, and he does. That'll be ball 2. A little low, 85 miles an hour on that breaking pitch. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the next pitch. 97 high out of the zone. We have another full count. Wow. Whitley up to 27 pitches this inning with this delivery. Here's the pitch. It's a tapper and it bounces off of Fraley. Umpire's going to say that's a foul ball, but I thought that bounced in front of the plate and then hit him. Let's take another look at that. No, it bounced behind the plate. Okay. You're going to say it's a foul. Another 3-2 pitch on the way. Strike 3. Finally gets the final out. Good grief. Whew. After a nerve-wracking inning again, the Astros get through it. Man, what in the world? They are squeaking by. Look at this. Strikeout gets the 3rd out. Finally. Man, these relievers are just really... They are causing me to have problems with my tumor. Whitley gets us out of the inning, thankfully, without giving up any runs, but he sure does flirt with it. 13 hits for the Reds with 5 runs. Astros pitching has been slightly less than stellar today. We're going into the top of the 9th, the Astros' last opportunity to put a couple runs on the board and stay in this game. Coming up, we have the very bottom of the batting order, Jason Hayward, who is 0 for 2 today. He had a big opportunity, I believe earlier with bases loaded actually, came up empty. Chas McCormick follows him, assuming that they don't bring in a pinch hitter, but we will see. Followed by Jose Altuve. Altuve, the best he's been able to do today is draw a walk, but fortunately, he did score. So that's something. He scored on a sacrifice fly by Yainer Diaz. Yainer Diaz with the only RBIs today. He has 3 RBIs. He has a hit and a sacrifice fly, but other than that, the Astros bats have done absolutely nothing. 5 hits total. Now, their run efficiency is good, 5 hits with 3 runs. But man, getting the hits just hasn't been there. Emilio Pagan is back on the mound. Here's Jason Hayward. Hayward checks his swing and takes the first one outside for ball 1. 28 likes. Yeah, let's see what it's up to. Next pitch is fouled away to the right side by Hayward. That'll be 1-1. 1-1 is the count. Man, this needs to be more updated here. Hayward gets a single, guys. He hits it into center field. That's nice. Hayward is on with a leadoff single. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I like to see right there. That's what we need here in the top of the 9th. Jason Hayward with a leadoff single. Finally gets a hit, puts the Astros on base, and brings up Chas McCormick. McCormick bunts. Pitcher gets it, fires the first. He'll get McCormick, but it does advance. Hayward to second base. So Chas with the successful bunt, moving the runner up. But there's now one away. That brings up my personal hero, Jose Altuve. Walking up to the plate, Altuve immediately calls for timeout before he even gets there. I guess he sees that the clock is winding down. Wants plenty of time to get prepared. Takes a deep breath. Steps into the box. Here we go, guys. Runner on second. 1 out. That first pitch is a little low and outside, but called strike 1. It did clip the bottom part of the zone. Not a great pitch to be swinging at, but you can't argue with it. It was barely in the zone. 0-1. Here comes the pitch to Altuve. That one's in the dirt. Outside. Ball 1, 1-1. Maybe now they've got a left-handed pitcher warming up, possibly for Yordan. Here comes the 1-1 pitch to Jose Altuve. Altuve bounces one to third, a high bouncer, but it's going to be just foul. That'll be strike 2. It's very interesting how they keep bringing in left-handed pitchers against Yordan, and he hits the ball anyway. It doesn't matter who they bring in, right or left. Bring in your guy that has the best control. But they just don't learn. 1-2's the count against Altuve. Here's the pitch. Low and inside, ball 2. Count is even. Man, a game tire would make my day right here. Here comes the 2-2 pitch to Altuve. Outside corner, are you kidding me? He calls strike 3 on a pitch that's a few inches outside. Right there. We're going to show that again on the slow-mo. 97 miles an hour. A little generous by the umpire there. Look at that. Man, with this umpire, you really do have to be swinging at anything, even if it's 3 inches out of the zone. Altuve goes down looking, and that's going to be it for Pagan. They come out to the mound to pull him out, and they're going to go with another pitcher to Yordan Alvarez. But this is it for the Astros. They're down to their last out. Jason Hayward on second base. Yordan Alvarez coming to the plate. Astros down by 2. A 2-run shot from Yordan would tie it up. He hasn't hit the ball particularly hard this game. He did have a good hit finally, his last at bat. But other than that, he hasn't shown a whole lot yet. A long ball here would tie up the game and give the Astros an opportunity to win. But man, 6 hits in this game for the Astros with 3 runs. 13 hits for the Reds, 5 runs. Insane. Let's see what we got going in the chat. Anything? 29 likes, almost at 30. Let me refresh the page. Yes! 30 likes. Thanks so much, guys. I appreciate that. That's awesome. Thank you so much. 50 people watching. It's back up to another record. I think that 50 to 55 is kind of my record. People watching at the same time, listening in. Thank you for being here. I really do appreciate you joining. We are in the top of the 9th. The Astros are losing by 2 runs. They have a runner on second with Yordan Alvarez at the plate. He's about to face a new pitcher, Justin Wilson, it appears to be. Justin Wilson. Do you guys remember? I think Justin Wilson is the name of the Cajun cook. I guess it is. That's right. I guarantee. Justin Wilson. Do you remember that guy? Do you guys remember him? The Cajun chef, the Cajun cook. His name was Justin Wilson. That's hilarious. He's all right. Interesting. Wow. It looks like Hayward just ran to third base. They let him go. Are you serious? Did that really happen? That first ball is way high for ball 1. What are they talking about? They said that Hayward just went to third base and nobody cared, but I don't see, they haven't moved it on the screen. They haven't shown that. He's still on second on the screen, according to the layout. Next pitch is way outside and low, ball 2, 2-0. Yeah, he is on third. Hayward ran over to third. Nobody cared. Nobody was covering. Alvarez has 2 balls and no strikes. Here's the next pitch. That one's low. Ball 3. They're not really pitching to Alvarez. Man. Here comes the 3-0 pitch to Alvarez. Oh, 97 in the low part of the zone. Alvarez lets it rip, but he fouls it back. On a 3-0 pitch. Here comes the 3-1 pitch to Alvarez. Runner on third. Hit hard to center field. Is it going to be caught? Yes, it is. That's a line drive caught. And that's it for the Astros. This game is over. Alvarez hits it hard, but right at the center fielder. Nothing doing for the Astros there. That's going to be the end of the game. Astros lose in miserable fashion. Basically how they played the entire game. If not for Yainer Diaz's hit and sacrifice fly, they wouldn't have gotten anything on the board. Despite so many opportunities, the Astros come away with nothing. Let's do a quick game recap. I don't have a whole lot of time. I got to get to school shortly, so I'm going to give you guys a really quick, uninteresting game recap. In the very first inning, Verlander started giving up runs. With a sacrifice fly to right, the Reds scored the first run. Later in the first inning, France singled to center field, scoring De La Cruz and moving Stevenson to second. 2-0 Reds. In the top of the third, Diaz tied the game with a single to right. Hayward and McCormick both scored, tying the game 2-2. In the bottom of the fifth, Espinal singled to right. France scored and Fraley scored. Reds up 4-2. In the bottom of the fifth, the Reds scored again with a single to center, scoring Espinal 5-2 Reds. Diaz hit a sacrifice fly to center field in the top of the seventh, giving the Astros a third run, but that's where it would stay. Score 5-3. The Astros lose. Verlander only went 4.2 innings and wound up with 5 earned runs. So all of the earned runs today are on Verlander. His ERA is 4.52 right now. He only had 3 strikeouts. It took him 4 innings to get his first strikeout. 4 walks, 8 hits. So in 4.2 innings, 8 hits, 5 earned runs, 4 walks, and only 3 strikeouts. An absolutely terrible performance by Verlander. Don't know why. And he even had, think about that, in 4.2 innings, he had nearly 110 pitches. He had 107 total. 107. It looked like Espada was going to pull him out. Verlander said he wanted to stay in, and he continued to give up runs because of that. Caleb Ort came in, Ferguson came in, and Whitley came in. The three of them combined gave up 5 more hits, but no earned runs. The last 2 innings of the game were really shaky for the Astros relievers, but they were able to get through it luckily. But the Astros bats did almost nothing. And just to give you an idea of what the Astros bats did, they had a total of just 6 hits through the whole game. But how many left on base runners did they have? Well, let's look at it. Altuve had 3 chances to move runners and failed. Diaz had 1 chance. He had several chances to move runners, but he succeeded 2 of those 3 times. So he did a good job. Pena had 5 opportunities, or 5 runners in on base to move, failed every time. Singleton had 2 opportunities, failed. Hayward had 3 opportunities, including bases loaded, failed. How many left on base runners? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 14 runners left on base by the Astros batters today. So a combination of terrible starting pitching by Verlander and awful hitting by the Astros with that shadow that continues to follow them around, not driving in the base runners, just shuts them down today. I'm going to take a quick look at the live chat, and then I'm going to give you guys a quick preview of what's coming tomorrow, plus other scores, notable scores, especially the Mariners around the league. Thanks, bro, from the H. That guy, thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for the likes, for the watches, for the subs, everything, guys. I appreciate you all. Thanks for streaming for us. Thank you, Pam, for being here. I'm sorry about the outcome of the game, but I do appreciate your support, and I'll keep doing it as best I can. King says, I just won MLB Parlay, 127 odds, thanks to Reds. Well, congratulations to you. I'm not happy about the outcome, but I'm happy you got something. It seems to send it to... no, thanks. I'm not into betting. I don't bet at all on anything. So, if it's something that I know it's a guarantee, then I would bet. But where is such a thing, you know? I'm not aware of it. Let's take a quick look at the other scores. Primarily, I'm interested to see what Seattle's doing. Apparently, Seattle is winning by 2-0 over the A's currently in the middle of the first. So in the first inning, the Mariners are already up 2-0 on the A's. The A's are coming up to the plate in just a moment. They'll have an opportunity to respond. But that game is too early to call right now. So let's hope that the A's can come back and win that game. The Rangers are not going to be playing for about another 45 minutes or so. So that game, they're going to be playing the Yankees. I expect the Yankees to destroy the Rangers and win that game. According to ESPN stats, they give the Yankees a 61% chance of winning the game. And Aaron Judge now with 51 home runs, absolutely crazy. He's leading the Yankees in home runs, batting average, and runs batted in. He's got 327 batting average, 123 RBIs, absolutely having an insane year this year. I expect the Yankees to destroy the Rangers, so Rangers are no problem. What about the standings? As they are right now, the Astros luckily are still 5.5 games ahead of the Mariners. But if the Mariners pull out this win today, they're going to close that to 5. So the Astros need to get with it, win the next 2 games against the Reds, and salvage this series. Nothing less than 2 more wins. I think that with the pitchers the Astros have coming up, they definitely have the opportunity to do that. But I feel that right now, any game that Verlander pitches, the Astros are just going to have red-hot bats, because if they don't, the Astros are going to lose. I like Verlander, and historically he's done some great things. But right now, he's not a great pitcher. Right now, he is not a great pitcher. I don't think that this is opinion. I think that's just fact. His age and his injury and his recovery and all of that is obviously not there. His speed was already down before. He used to be a high 90s fastball pitcher. But in the past couple of years, he's been a mid-90s pitcher. And now, his fastest pitch today barely got over 95 miles an hour. And most of his fastballs were like 92, 93. They owned him at the plate today. And very quickly, he got up to 100 pitches. And then he felt confident to stay in the game. But you have to know when it's time for you to come out. And he should have known that. It's not that he didn't know. He just didn't want to. He wanted to stay in the game and try to win it. I can understand that. But you have to do what's best for the team. And right now, the team is not doing the fans and the organization a service by leaving Verlander in the game and allowing him to lose the game for us. Because we could have actually had this game tied in the 9th inning, 3-3, if they had pulled him out. Or maybe even won. If we had had a reliever come in, maybe those runs never would have happened. Maybe we would have won the game. You never know until you try, and I think that they made the wrong decision. That's just my opinion. And I've got to get out of here. It's about 8:25. I want to go get myself a shower and try to wake up a little bit more and refresh myself a little bit. That game did not put me in a good mood. But anyway, thanks to you all again for watching. I appreciate you being here. And I'm not sure if I'm going to see you tomorrow. I didn't give you the preview of tomorrow's game. My bad. Real quickly. Game tomorrow starts my time at 7:40. So I'll be able to be here for a little while, for about 1 hour. And then after that, I have to go to school. So I can start the game off and call it for you for just a little bit, but then I'll have to leave. In that game, the Astros are going to have Arrighetti on the mound, and it's unclear who the pitcher is going to be for the Reds. But we'll see what comes out. Hope to see you guys in the morning. See you back here. Until then, thank you very much. And wherever you are, have a great day. And with that, I'll just say, Go Stros. See you.